Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by
Mason's Monogramming, Overhead Door of Berwick, Mayo Funeral Home, State Farm, Sean Black and Lori Powell, First Keystone Bank, Red's Roofing, Neighbor Fence Company, Wolfie's Automotive, ND Accounting and Consulting, J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Berwick, Master Tech Automotive Services, Eco First Logistics, Ken Pollock, Journey Bank, Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg, Alexander GMC of Hazleton, Papa Lou's Place, The Compression Shop, Cardinal Estate Planning, Chapin Oil, and Mark Nespoli of EXP Realty.
Now live from the stadium. Here's Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Good evening tonight from Crispin Field in Berwick. It's the Bulldogs in their home opener, about to take on the Spartans of Mid-Valley. I am Jim Doyle. I'm joined by Andy Ulickney and Chris Algar. The producer of tonight's broadcast is Ashlyn Walshaw. Well, revenge might not be the noblest motivation of mankind, but it's certainly part of the motivation for the Bulldogs here in the early season. Last year, they started the season 0-4. This season, they play all four of those teams in the same order. So they'd like to get back at all four, and so far, so good. In the opener against Lake Lehman last week, they fell behind 7-3 at the half, but came back and won impressively 24-7. Tonight, they take on a Mid-Valley team that they played for the very first time a year ago, and it did not go well for the Bulldogs, as Mid-Valley dominated 28-7. Berwick had only 95 yards in total offense. They did not have an offensive score. The long interception return by Ty Wilkerson, the only points for the Bulldogs in that game. But while Berwick won their season opener last week, Mid-Valley struggled at Pittston area, losing that one 46-9. They have the tall task of replacing an all-everything running back in Jacob Lesher, who last year against Berwick had 244 yards rushing. He is now a Bloomsburg Husky, and they figure to throw the ball a lot more than they did a year ago when Lesher was getting all those carries. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football tonight. Andy, I think the nice thing about last week, besides Berwick getting the win, is the fact that it wasn't a perfect game. And so there's stuff to build on. There's nothing better from a coaching standpoint as you win the game and there's still enough on film that you can point out we can do better here, here, and here. And if they can do better on what we saw last week, this could be a special season.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Jim. And I think the coaches don't really need to point it out. I think the team itself was a little disappointed in its first half showing. Ty Wilkerson, of course, probably has all-state aspirations, probably penciled in as the favorite. And he put the ball on the ground 3 times. He doesn't want to do that. And in the second half, he came out with a vengeance, came out angry, and, played so much better than that. And I think the offensive line had some missed assignments. They want to communicate a little bit better. They realize that if they pick up some of the blocks they missed, they're going to spring their runners even more. So I do think there's areas they feel they can improve offensively. Same defensively. They had a tough first half against Lake Lehman where their star running back was pounding the ball against them. But then you kind of get your feet under you, get the feel of it. People who haven't been starters before are getting used to a quarter of action, a second quarter of action. And by the second half, it's looking much more natural. So, yeah, improvement, I think, as the game went on. And I think from that game to this game, we'll see even more.
Defensively, Berwick was very strong in the front four, which they figured to be. Their linebackers were absolutely outstanding last week. The secondary that they think is going to be good, with Caleb May and Brady Cleaver at the corners and Ty Wilkerson and Alex Estrella at the safeties, they weren't tested last week. No. They figure they're going to get tested tonight. Brett Janowski, the quarterback, is a returning starter. He's the son of the head coach. Last year against Berwick, he threw only 10 passes. He had 26 in an opener. We expect to see just as much. So the secondary will get a test.
Yeah, they will. And, we expect a lot from them. They're extremely talented, extremely quick, great athletes in that group. And I think the linebackers are looking, how are they going to be used? Will they be blitzing the quarterback to put more pressure on? Will they be dropping into their zones? I know they're looking at using defensive end Gabe Decker as a drop end, anticipating a lot more passes, so they want to have an extra man in coverage out of a 52 look. So, yeah, it will be much more of a test. And, there's going to be enough of a run out of Mason Vinatsky. He ran for about 500 yards last year in the shadow of Jacob Lesher. And Janoski, who threw for 1,328 yards last year, that's about 100 yards a game. They have talent. So we'll see how it goes and how the Berwick defense does respond to probably a bigger test tonight.
Well, great to be here at Crispin Field. We're seeing a lot of familiar faces. Unfortunately, one face we're not seeing is the long-term public address announcer for the Bulldogs, Gary Kreischer, who was very good at his job and a great friend to you and I. He passed away on March 1st. He'll be missed.
He certainly will. I mean, there's going to be replacements. People have to fill the shoes, and they get a little nervous in filling such big shoes as the ones Gary Kreischer had. I don't know of anyone who loved Berwick football more. He was the biggest fan. Jim, you and I were at the funeral. You, under duress, had to really endure it while being in pain. But for such a guy, such a good friend, you're going to be there. And it was sort of a Bulldogs memorabilia collection surrounding that casket. Now, Gary's a guy who certainly will be missed by all who knew him.
Vito Cavino is the new public address announcer here at Crispin Field. He makes his debut tonight. The Bulldogs make their 2025 debut, taking on the Spartans of Mid-Valley High School. Stan Janoski is the head coach of the Spartans. We'll hear from him coming up next. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
In case you haven't noticed, warm weather is back. Time for sunny days, family trips, and cool nights cruising with the windows down. Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick get your vehicle ready for the season. Whether you need a state inspection for your car, truck, or motorcycle, a general tune-up, or getting your AC in top shape, MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day, saving you money every step of the way. Schedule an appointment today at mastertechautoberwick.com.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick High School marching band entertaining before the Bulldogs home opener tonight, taking on the Spartans of Mid-Valley. Mid-Valley coming off an 8-4 season in 2024, but their 2025 opener did not go well. Spartans lost at Pittston area last Friday, 46-9. Mid-Valley head coach Stan Janoski on what went wrong for his team.
They're good. I mean, they use their scheme very well, running the Delaware with misdirection. I wish my linebackers read a little bit better, but overall we did all right. It was a quick scrimmage. It was a try scrimmage with us in Pittston area and Trails. So it was let's just say it was fast because the way you do try scrimmages, you go on 40-40 on each side of the field, and you constantly keep everything flowing between JV varsity.
It might be early in the season to make this statement, but what do you think the strength of your football team will be this season?
I think our strength is in between the tackles. And I really like the way the kids worked hard this offseason. We have a couple of gaps to fill for the most part, but I just like the way our kids buy in and work really hard. But our strength is going to have to be our attitude and work ethic.
Last year when you played Berwick, Ty Wilkerson had 2 carries for 8 yards. As the season progressed, he got better and better and had more opportunities. Obviously, he's a player that you have to have your eye on. How do you slow him down?
You have to take away his space. You know what I mean? If you let a kid like that in space and make him comfortable, you'll have a headache. So you want to keep him,
We apologize. That was last week's interview with the head coach of Lake Lehman, Jerry Gilski. We can tell you that Stan Yanowski, in the phone interview we did with him, which unfortunately you won't hear, had this to say. He was not happy with his team's performance. When you lose 46-9, how can you be? But he thought they left some points off the board. There were receivers open where the quarterback didn't hit them, or the line didn't hold up to give the quarterback time. And he's obviously very concerned with stopping Ty Wilkerson. A year ago, Ty had not burst out yet. In fact, in the game against Mid-Valley, he had just 1 yard on 1 carry. You can bet there'll be a lot more carries, and from a Berwick standpoint, hopefully a lot more yards in this one tonight. The Bulldogs against the Spartans. We'll be back and check the starting lineups. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
When the weather turns cold, you need reliability to keep your home and family warm. Chapin Oil in Nescapec has been the local choice for reliable home heating oil delivery and maintaining the tried and true service you've come to know only at Chapin Oil. Stay warm, stay local, and stay with the name you can trust. Chapin Oil, Nescapec. Call today to set up your delivery. Chapin Oil proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
Ready to tackle your financial goals? First Keystone Community Bank invites you to play smart with your savings. Lock in a 182-day CD at 4.50% APY annual percentage yield to enjoy the winning combination of security, high interest, and short-term convenience. Go for the goal with the First Keystone Community Bank CD. For more information, visit fkc.bank. Minimum balance to earn APY is $5,000. Terms apply. Member FDIC.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Home to Berwick football since 1929. Crespin Field, the venue tonight, is the Bulldogs in their home opener, about to take on the Spartans of Mid-Valley High School. Here is the starting lineup offensively for the Spartans. At the tight end, number 9, Reese Williams. 6'1", 200-pound senior. Good tight end, 15 receptions a year ago. Terrific defensive end on the other side of the football as well. We'll also see Jake Bondi, number 89. 5'11", 205, a senior. He had 12 catches a year ago, 2 of them for touchdowns. The left tackle's number 78, Devin Hill. He is 6'1", 285, a senior. Robert Mattioli is the left guard. He wears number 68. He's 5'11", 230, a senior. The center is a 9th grader, number 66, Anthony Mancuso, 5'7", 210. The right guard is number 71, Dylan Maseko, 6'3", 300 pounds, a junior. And the right tackle is number 56, Ralph Johnson. He's a 5'11", 300-pound junior. So tackle to tackle, this is a big offensive front, averaging 265 pounds a man. At the wide receivers, we'll see number 3, Aiden Wilson, 5'10", 165, a junior. Also, a 9th grader, Nick Harishnak. Harishnak scored the only touchdown for Mid-Valley last week, a 36-yard touchdown pass from Brett Janoski. The running back for this team is Mason Vinansky. He has some big shoes to fill. We talked about the star from a year ago, Jacob Lesher. Vinansky had a team-high 48 yards in that game against Pittston area. At the fullback position, number 14, Adam Pesanowski. Pesanowski's 5'11", 180 pounds, a junior. Another wide receiver is number 2, Nick Pinto. He's 5'6", 140, a senior. Brett Janoski is the quarterback. He's the son of head coach Stan Janoski. Again, he threw only 10 passes against Berwick a year ago. They didn't need to throw very much with their great running attack. But he threw 26 passes in the opener, completed 13 for 169 yards and 1 touchdown. He did throw for over 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns a season ago. So that is the starting lineup offensively for Mid-Valley. They struggled in special teams a week ago. Keep in mind of that because Berwick had a terrific performance for their special teams. But Mid-Valley had a punt blocked, and they also gave up an 89-yard kick return for a touchdown. Starting lineup offensively for Berwick. At the tight end, number 9, Gabe Decker. 6'3", 200 pounds, a sophomore. When they go to 2 tight ends, we'll see number 26, Skylar Neville. He's 6 foot, 185, a senior. J.J. Leonard starts at left tackle. He wears number 56. 6 foot, 265, a senior. Draven Geiger is the starting left guard. He's 5'11", 275, a senior. Nico Lonsinski was battling some injuries a week ago, so he played some but did not start at center. Instead, a sophomore Henry Snyder did a nice job, but Nico will be back there as the starting center tonight. They gain a lot of weight with that substitution. Nico's 6'1", 280, a junior, wearing number 77. The right guard is number 62, Matt Gordner. 6 foot, 275, a senior. Mike Perry is the right tackle. He wears number 72, 5'10", 225, a junior. At the wide receiver positions, number 13, Alex Estrella, 5'11", 175, a senior. Number 8, Shiloh Escobar, 6 foot, 185, a junior. The quarterback is a 9th grader. Our crack research crews worked all week to find out the last time a Berwick quarterback had a starting 9th grader, and we came up with nothing. That doesn't mean in 1888 when the program started there might have been one, but in the modern era there just have not been. They didn't ask Brady Cleaver to throw it last week. He threw just 1 pass and completed for 13 yards, but he handled the ball flawlessly. He ran 63 yards for a touchdown, showing off that great speed of his, and he has a chance to be a very special player. A 9th grader, 5'10", 170, Brady Cleaver. The leading rusher last week, as he was for the second part of the season a year ago, Ty Wilkerson. He wears number 5. He's a 6'2", 205-pound senior. 18 carries last week for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. The fullback, when they use one, number 99, Everett Snyder, 5'11", 220 pounds, a senior. So that is the starting lineup offensively for the Bulldogs under C.J. Curry in his second season as head coach. They come in with a 1-0 record, that 24-7 season-opening win at Lake Lehman last Friday. The Bulldogs against the Spartans. Keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, when you look at keys, Jim, I think Mid-Valley's going to have to regroup from last week, put that one behind them. They're overwhelmed by Pittston. But they certainly have the talent to be able to do things. Offensively, they have a huge offensive line. It goes 265 pounds a man. And with that offensive line, they should be able to have a balance to where they're able to pass and run the ball effectively. When you're looking at passing the ball, you mentioned Brett Janoski. He's returning at quarterback. Threw for over 1,300 yards last year. Led the league in that department. And he's doing it while being overshadowed by that powerful running game with Jacob Lester. So passing just wasn't the big thing. He has great receivers coming back. Tight ends and Reese Williams and Jake Bondi. Outside, he has people like Aiden Wilson, Nick Pinto, and a freshman, and Nick Harishnak. So they have the talent, they have the line to protect, and Berwick has only had to face one passer with 4 attempts last week, and they did a nice job. but they'll certainly be threatened a little bit more this week. Also, they have the ability to run the ball. We mentioned Jake Lesher last year, who was quite a threat. But this year, they're going to be going with the talents of Mason Vinansky. Lesher last year had 1,813 yards. Vinansky, in some mop-up duty or some alternate running, he had over 500 yards running. So they can run the ball. They should be able to pass the ball. Berwick will be challenged. Now, Berwick saw a lot of the run last week against Lake Lehman and did a nice job, but very little passing, just 4 passes, all completes, but for very minimal yardage. The pass just hasn't been tested. Now, Berwick has personnel in the secondary. They have speed and guys like Ty Wilkerson, Kay LeMay, Brady Cleaver, Alex Estrella. And these are experienced people and very athletic people. And the linebackers will help. And I think I mentioned earlier in the pregame, Jim, Gabe Decker, the defensive end, looks like he's going to be playing some drop end to help them get a few more people into pass coverage. And, of course, pass coverage is also as good when you get that rush on people. And we've been saying some outstanding line play by guys like J.J. Leonard, Matt Gordner, through the linebackers in the blitzing game, Everett Snyder. So we'll see what type of balance we get out of this Mid-Valley team and how Berwick's defense will compensate for that. Flip it around, Mid-Valley has a good-looking D on paper, but they were overwhelmed last week at Pittston, gave up 46 points. But they have the size, and they have a lot of experience coming back. Up front, Reese Williams is a very strong defensive end on a good size defensive front. The linebackers have good experience and are among the leading tacklers returning on the team. And the secondary is a little smallish, but again, 2 of the 3 do return. So even though they're smaller in size, they return with experience. Now, can they stop Berwick? Berwick held back on quarterback Brady Cleaver last week. They didn't do much throwing, didn't run with him much. In fact, he's still a bit of a secret. Just a 1 pass. I think you'll expect to see more tonight, even if it's just to work it. And he's supposed to be an excellent passer, and he has some very fine and speedy receivers. And don't forget about the tight end and Gabe Decker, always a good weapon for a young quarterback. He also showed his running ability, that amazing speed, 4.5 speed, with the 63-yard touchdown run that he had. But Berwick will rely not just on that passing game, we'll see it, but they're going to go with that running game. The impressive offensive line goes 264 pounds a man. Jim, you mentioned it's bigger with the return of Nico Lanzinski at 280 pounds at center. Henry Snyder did a nice job filling in last week, but Lanzinski has that size to dominate. And at running backs behind that great line, Gavin Galusha and, of course, Ty Wilkerson. They're very, very good. Can Mid-Valley's D stop Berwick? We'll see.
The Bulldogs against the Spartans. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Did you inherit an estate or did you recently buy real estate that needs to be cleaned out? J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Berwick is the easiest and the fastest when it comes to big clean outs. They'll also clean out your attic, basement, or garage. Wherever you've got junk, call J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling today at 844-GET-JDOG and get your job done the military way with respect, integrity, and trust. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is proudly veteran-owned and operated.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit at Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
Do you suffer from tired, achy, heavy legs? Are you looking to elevate your performance and style? Discover the perfect fusion of fashion and function at the Compression Shop of Berwick. If you're looking for medical or athletic compression wear, if you're looking to power through your workday, or you're looking to recover post-workout, the Compression Shop has personalized consultations, and most of the products are try before you buy. All military get 10% off every day. The Compression Shop Berwick, West Front Street. Check out their Facebook page.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WVWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLN Bloomsburg.
A Berwick choral group, the Modernaires, with their version of the national anthem prior to this home opener for the Bulldogs here at Crispin Field. As they're about to take on the Spartans of Mid-Valley. The officiating crew for this game, Steve Jimsky is the referee. The umpire is Jerry Stanifosky. Kevin Brace is the linesman. The line judge is Vince Tanana. The field judge is Brian Pica. And Chris Thomas is the side judge. Mid-Valley won the toss, deferred to the second half, so we'll get to see Berwick to start this game. Bulldogs were very good, I mentioned earlier, on special teams in that opener. They had 2 kick returns of longer than 40 yards. One was by Caleb May, and one was by Gavin Galusha, and those are the 2 people deep. Sun still all over this field. A breezy, cool night for an August the 29th. We shouldn't have any of those cramping issues that we had on the part of both teams last Friday. Berwick will be moving from our right to our left. Bulldogs wearing their blue jerseys, white helmets, silver pants and trim, and Mid-Valley in their white jerseys, white pants, white helmets, blue numerals, and trim. Kicking off for the Spartans will be number 17, Paxton Grett. 9th grader, they run a muddle and they go toward the ball with all 11 players. I'm not sure the kicker ever got his foot on it. Then Berwick's going to get the football at the Mid-Valley 43-yard line. Andy, what went on there?
Well, they were huddled about 2 yards behind the ball. They got the whistle. Kicker dropped his hand, took 2 steps, and he kicked the top of the ball. And people were breaking downfield. No one passed the line. He just didn't get enough of it. So he muffed the kick. It only went about 3 yards. Before you know it, Mid-Valley's well beyond the football, but it's just lying there. Eventually the kicker picks it up with an oh shucks type of look and downs it. Broke with great field position.
At the Mid-Valley 43-yard line. It's a pistol formation. Ty Wilkerson is behind Brady Cleaver. Wilkerson gets the call, gets by 1 man at the line of scrimmage, scurries ahead for about 3.
Caught up in the line itself, Dylan Mashenko, one of the bigger linemen, eventually stuffing him. He was deep in the backfield, so while he put on a juke step and a move and looked like he ran well, Jim, just about half a yard gained.
Yeah, they mark it at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 9. We'll check this Mid-Valley defense after this play. As Cleaver out of the pistol. Again, the lone running back behind him, Ty Wilkerson. Give us to Wilkerson off the left side and stood up as he got 2 to the 40-yard line. Richard Lupchka, a linebacker, made the stop. He and Jake Bondi inside. Adam Pesanowski and David Terbesi outside. Front 4, Reese Williams, Devin Hill, Dylan Maseko, and Cole Bryant. The corners, Aiden Wilson and Wyatt Youngblood. The safety is Nick Pinto. 3rd down and 7. First 3rd down situation of the evening.
Yeah, early in the game, we've seen Matt Gordner as a wingback coming in motion, a block. Now it's a passing formation.
Slot to the right side. Cleaver out of the gun, has the snap and rolls right. Looks downfield, looking. Nothing there. He'll have to keep the football, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line. Great defense by Mid-Valley, not only in the secondary, making sure there was no one open, but then converging on the quarterback who has great speed. So 4th down, And Berwick will punt for the first time this season. They did not punt a single time in the opener at Lake Lehman. And doing all the kicking this season, including the punting, is the sophomore Caleb Yost.
Brady Cleaver wanted to pass, rolled out, had nice protection on the edge, but no one was open. He didn't want to risk the interception. He eventually took it ahead for minimal gain before Mashenko brought him down.
Gabe Decker does the long snapping. It gets there to Yost. His kick is away, a beautiful kick. Nick Pinto lets it go over his head, and it's down by Caleb May down at the 2-yard line. Terrific punt by Yost. Good coverage by May. And Mid-Valley backed up deep in their own territory for their first possession against a Berwick defense that lines up with Gabe Decker, Matt Gordner, J.J. Leonard, and Skylar Neville at the front four. Linebackers Brock Sims, Gavin Galusha, and Everett Snyder. The corners Brady Cleaver and Caleb May. Free safety Alex Estrella. Strong safety Ty Wilkerson.
They expect a 52 defense. Everett Snyder at the nose is what we do see. Keep your eye field side. Gabe Decker's going to play the wide side of the field as a drop end in pass coverage.
Finansky deep in the end zone gets the handoff, and a nice gain by him out to the 10-yard line. Ty Wilkerson made the stop from his safety position, but a good first down play for the Spartans.
Matt Gordner had a shot at him near the line of scrimmage, but he was able to sort of shuffle away from that. Ty Wilkerson comes up rather aggressively to make the hit, but not until 9 yards is gained.
Yeah, they mark it over the 10, closer to the 11. 2nd down and 2 for Mid-Valley. Now Adam Pezanarski starts at the fullback position. Finansky is the tailback. Finansky under center, gives to Finansky off the left side, fumbles the football, it's picked up, and Berwick is going to have it down at the 1-yard line.
Brady Cleaver at the cornerback saw the ball bouncing his way as it stripped out of Finansky's hand, picks it up on the bounce around the 11-yard line, and almost takes it in for a touchdown defensively.
So Berwick will have it 1st and goal as they get a big break early. Cleaver on the recovery, the ball at the 1-yard line. We have 9:03 to go in this scoreless first quarter, but Berwick just a yard away from getting on the board first.
Yeah. This is pounded straight ahead between the tackles. You don't want any play that's going laterally that can possibly lose yardage. Down on that center, it's the young center who's in there right now, Jim.
2 fullbacks are lined up to the left. Following their blocking is Ty Wilkerson. Tries to break the plane and is in for the touchdown. Good 2nd and 3rd effort by Ty Wilkerson.
Yes, it was. They kept Henry Snyder in at center, and he did a nice job at the point of attack. He's 5'10", 230 pounds. Ty Wilkerson felt a little bit of pressure, bounced it out behind Drevin Geiger and then out behind J.J. Leonard on the left side. Was able to see the line of the goal line there and push it on in.
Caleb Yost was 3 for 3 in the opener at Lake Lehman with extra points. This kick is up, and this kick is good. Timeout on the field. 8:58 to go opening quarter. Berwick 7, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick gets a break early and cashes in. The fumble recovery by Brady Cleaver to the 1-yard line of Mid-Valley. And from there, it's Ty Wilkerson breaking tackles, getting in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And Berwick with a 7-0 lead. Caleb Yost, following his extra point kick, will kick it away. And the kick goes to Finansky down around the 12-yard line to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, the 30. And he gets all the way out to the 34-yard line. Nice return by Mason Finansky as Caleb May made the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Caleb May, Ashton Smith also involved in it, Jim, but Vinansky, we're told, is a speedster. He's that sprinter, and he was able to get it, go up the left side, find a little bit of a seam, and stretch it across the 30 for a nice kickoff return.
1st and 10, Mid-Valley at their 32-yard line. Their first possession did not go well. Got a nice run on the first play from scrimmage. The second one, the fumble, leading to the Berwick score. Pesanowski is the fullback. Adam Finansky in the eye. Wide receiver to either side. Janowski back to throw. Fires incomplete. And he had to hurry that throw because Gabe Decker was in on him, as was J.J. Leonard. Good pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, he didn't read play action pass, or he may have been dropping into the flat. But Gabe Decker came hard from left defensive end. The lefty quarterback, after nice fakes, took the ball and was throwing into the flat on Decker's side, but he could not get the ball to the receiver because of the pressure.
Wilson wide left, Pinto wide right. I formation. Vinoski under center. Second down call coming. Vinoski gets the call, and he is going to be buried by J.J. Leonard. Leonard, the 6', 265-pound senior. Good penetration.
Yeah, 9 tackles in the last game, 2 for loss, and there's another tackle for the loss to add to his credit. Very aggressive. He pretty much forearm shivers his blocker at the line of scrimmage, takes a step across, locates the ball, wraps up that ball carrier, and throws him for the loss.
3rd down and 12 for Mid-Valley. Spartans have 3 receivers to the right. Vinoski from the shotgun has the snap, back to throw, steps up into it, throws long, has a man. Reese Williams makes the catch over midfield and out of bounds in Berwick territory. Terrific 3rd down play. Janowski under duress, left hands it downfield for the big gain and a 1st down at the Berwick 45.
Got a lot of air under it. Caleb May was in the area in front of the receiver, but kind of misjudged it. Played it a little too soon, jumped a little too soon, and it backs out there to, was it Reese Williams, Jim, with that catch?
For 25 yards and a 1st down at the Berwick 45-yard line. So the first big play offensively for either team in this one. Mid-Valley, 1st down at the Berwick 45. I formation, wide receiver to either side. Vinansky gets the call, tries the left side, and gets maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, Berwick playing it very strong over on that side. At the point of attacks, Matt Gordner. Defensive ends crushing, nose guard moving over to play it over the left offensive tackle. Linebackers coming in. So even though they have 2 300-pounders on that line of scrimmage there, Jim, they're just not moving Berwick out of the way.
2nd down and 9 for the Spartans at the Berwick 44-yard line. Now Vinansky is in a slot this time to the right side. Janowski out of the gun. Now Vinansky comes in motion, toss to him. He'll try to sweep the left side. Berwick penetrates. Janowski gets what he can, and it's about a couple to the Berwick 42-yard line. 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, it was played well. One of these jet sweep types where you're not expecting Vinansky to come across. They pitched him the ball. Brock Sims just chased along with him in the backfield, but he was able to get the corner before that chase man was able to get to him. But Berwick limits it with good defense downfield.
3rd down and 7 for the Spartans. Now, barring a big loss here, you would think this is probably 4-down territory with the ball at the Berwick 42. Vinoski out of the gun, has the snap, fires a quick out, has a completion just short of the sticks. Brady Cleaver on the tackle.
Nick Pinto with the catch. Went down low, Jim, and I thought he caught it true. Berwick's trying to say no, it bounced, but by my looks, I don't think so.
And they are bringing it back.
Ooh.
So it's 4th down and 7. Mid-Valley at the Berwick 42-yard line.
It's a question of who has the angle. The umpire may have had the best angle from his position behind the linebackers looking. I had binoculars on it from up here. I thought he was able to scoop it, but it may have hit the ground before.
By the way, Brady Cleaver said no catch.
Well, I'll go with him.
4th and 7, and Mid-Valley will go for it from the Berwick 42-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Vinoski awaits the shotgun snap. He has it, and he rolls to his right. Looking, fires across his body. Had a man, but overshot him. That freshman Nick Karishnak, who had a touchdown pass in their opener, appeared to be open. That's a tough throw, Andy, for a left-hander going to his right.
And I never understand in high school why they bother doing that. Let the left-hander roll left. Set the trips on the other side. They were in the middle of they didn't have quite as much field over there. Short side. Well, I guess I understand they wanted to play the field, spread things out, and they have confidence in this veteran quarterback, the coach's son, that he could put it in. But as you said, rolling right, throwing with the left hand on the run, quite a challenge.
6:23 remaining, first quarter. Berwick 7, Mid-Valley nothing. Bulldogs with the ball at their own 42-yard line as they move from our right to our left in this opening half. Double tight end, Neville to the left, Decker to the right. Empty backfield for Brady Cleaver. Now here comes Ty Wilkerson in motion, and illegal procedure against Berwick before anything can get going.
It hurts on a 1st and 10 play where you get it blown dead. Plus, you've shown your hand. Bit of a trick play. Put Wilkerson out in the slot on the right, shift some people around, and then give him that jet sweep action that we've just seen the Mid-Valley team try to run with Mason Vanansky. But blown dead before anything can happen.
So Bulldogs with a 1st and 15. They have it back at their 37-yard line. Caleb May wide right, Alex Estrella wide left. Cleaver out of the pistol. Gives the ball off to Ty Wilkerson. Wilkerson looking for some room, bounces away, stiff arms a tackler, but a nice tackle back at the 36-yard line. That's a terrific play by Adam Pezanowski. It looked like Ty Wilkerson was going to break out of that tackle attempt, and if he did, it was going to be a long run down this near sideline.
Yeah, but he played very good contained, Jim. There was pressure on. It was not a clean exchange. The ball came down low. Wilkerson had to go down to get it on the handoff, and then there's pressure on the inside. He had to go wide.
Toss sweep right side to Wilkerson, hit behind the line, and good penetration. He'll lose yards to the 36. Mid-Valley doing a great job of penetrating that time. At a loss of a yard, it'll be 3rd and 16 Berwick, back at their 36.
Overall, Mid-Valley's done a nice job in stopping Ty Wilkerson. You know, the touchdown was a 1-yard burst, but right now he has 5 carries for just 2 yards. Berwick wants to get that running game going a little better, but if Mid-Valley is keyed up to try to stop Wilkerson, they might try other parts of the offense.
3rd and 16. Sunshine still covering about half of the field here in this opening quarter.
Ball's on the right hash. Wide side to the left. Watch them coming this way. Formations there.
Cleaver out of the gun. Rolls left, then stops, then goes right. And he's got some running room. The 40, the 45. Great move in midfield to the 45. Down the far sideline, 35, 30, and forced out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Terrific run by Brady Cleaver. Nick Pinto finally drove him out. The play was going left, and then Cleaver went to his right, turned on that exceptional speed of his all the way to the Mid-Valley 24. Berwick converts on a 3rd and 16.
Yeah, now he's running all the way over to talk to the coach to get the next play. He's going to be a little bit winded, Jim. Not the worst time for a timeout or a quick handoff. Yeah. Designed to go left, and then all of a sudden he goes right. Breaks the play on a broken play, really finds an opening.
40 yards on the carry by Brady Cleaver, 1st and 10. Bulldogs at the 24-yard line of Mid-Valley. They give us to Ty Wilkerson up the middle. He's got a little bit of room, breaks a tackle, extends the body, but fumbles the football at the 17-yard line as Reese Williams made the stop. And they're indicating that Berwick has coughed it up. The 4th fumble of this early season. C.J. Curry doesn't like the call.
He was going down, Jim, falling to his knees as the ball came out about a foot from the ground. I could see that it was loose and it bounced. I thought he was just going to bounce it right back to himself, but it must have bounced away, and he was not on his knees when the fumble occurred. I would agree with the call. If Lake Lehman recovered, it was a scramble underneath, and they did come up with the ball.
They have it at their own 18-yard line. 4:32 to go in the quarter, 7-0 Bulldogs. Give on the play to Vanansky, tries the left side, and nothing doing.
You know, this team is very big on the left. Dylan Maseko is 6'3", 300 pounds. Ralph Johnson is 5'11", 300 pounds. And they've been trying to attack behind that beef, and they just have not been able to get it going. Guys like J.J. Leonard and Matt Gordner are in position to make the stops with linebackers swarming behind. Good defense.
Here's a 2nd down and 11 for Mid-Valley at their own 17-yard line. Banana bunch of receivers to the right as Vinoski awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. He fires to the far side. It's tipped and almost intercepted as Brady Cleaver got a hand on it, and Alex Estrella made a diving attempt at the interception from his safety position.
They isolated Aiden Wilson opposite that banana bunch. So it's one-on-one coverage with Brady Cleaver. Cleaver read the quarterback turn and throw, immediately broke up the pass, which bounced toward the Berwick secondary, and they're diving at it, but unable to come up with the interception.
3rd down and 11. Mid-Valley at their own 17-yard line. Wide receiver right, slot to the left. Vinoski back to throw. Big pass rush. Gets the pass away. A screen. It goes as an incompletion. And boy, Skylar Neville was all over the quarterback. Sometimes you let that happen to set up a screen, but you don't want him coming that hard at your QB.
Yeah, and J.J. Leonard was right on top of the man ready to catch the screen pass, and he bats it away as well. Again, a lot of balls bouncing around dangerously in the passing game. Janoski, the left-handed quarterback, 1 for 7 at this point, that being the 25-yarder out to Reese Williams.
Jake Bondi back to do the punting for Mid-Valley. He's standing back at his 4-yard line. Berwick, 2 people deep. Kick off the side of his foot, bounces around midfield. Gavin Galusha has it at the 50 and is brought down at the Mid-Valley 48-yard line. So Berwick continues with terrific field position as Aiden Wilson down on special teams to make the stop for Mid-Valley.
Yeah. Galusha initially put the move on Aiden Wilson, who ran by him. But then as he went forward another yard or two and had to stop to put on another move, Aiden Wilson comes right on back and smashes him down to the ground.
So with 3:31 to go in this opening quarter, Berwick with a 7-0 lead. And the Bulldogs are going to have it in their own territory as a mark-off against them. It's illegal use of hands on the part of the Bulldogs on that return. So they will have it at their own 42-yard line with a 1st down.
Yeah, 1st and 10. So while the yardage does hurt and changes field position, you still have the 1st and 10, which is a good situation, at least to start the drive. Berwick huddling on the sideline. Got to get their people out there, though, now.
Berwick has not started a season 2-0 since the 2019 season. Have a chance to do it here after that season opening win at Lake Lehman last Friday. Brady Cleaver under center. I formation. Everett Snyder is the fullback ahead of Ty Wilkerson. Fake to Wilkerson. Back to throw Cleaver. Looking long for Caleb May. Just off his fingertips at the 20-yard line. Berwick almost connected with the big play. Brady Cleaver with the good arm and just off the fingertips of May.
Berwick coaches may feel they've been stomping their running game, so let's air one out and let's back these people off a little bit. Make them recognize, hey, we have vertical threats as well. Caleb May, certainly one of the speedsters on this team, a diving attempt just off his fingertips. Well thrown ball by Brady Cleaver, just a little too far.
2nd and 10. Bulldogs at their own 42. The give is to Ty Wilkerson. Hit behind the line, breaks free, gets a couple out to the 44-yard line as Nick Pinto coming to make the play. And so far, Mid-Valley doing very well against the Berwick run.
Nick Pinto's the safety, listed at 5'6", 140 pounds. But, Jim, he has the savvy. He has the read. He can see Everett Snyder going in motion and turning up the block at the end position. He sees the very quick handoff coming to Ty Wilkerson, and just as quick, he's up from safety to meet it near the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Berwick at their own 44. Cleaver looking to the sideline for the play. Backs into the pistol. Wilkerson behind him. Third down play coming. Play action. Fires over the middle. It's too high, and diving interception attempt comes up short. It was intended for Gabe Decker, but beyond his reach. And so the punt team on for Berwick.
Well, I certainly like the call. I think Berwick should use Gabe Decker even more. I thought so last year. He's a special type of talent. And when you can have the threat of handing it to Wilkerson, play action, release that tight end over the middle, especially when a safety like Pinto's been coming up to play the run, it's a good weapon. But they just couldn't connect.
Caleb Yost back at the Berwick 30. Snap is a little bit low, but he gets the kick away, a line drive kick. Berwick with good coverage. There will be no return. It's just a matter of where the ball stops rolling, and it stops at the 19-yard line of the Spartans. 2:21 remaining in this opening quarter. Berwick 7, Mid-Valley nothing.
Offensively, Mid-Valley just hasn't been able to get to going. Brett Janoski, the quarterback, who threw for 1,300-plus yards last year, just 1 for 7, a 25-yarder to Reese Williams. Mason Vanansky, the veteran running back, coming back at over 500 yards last year, did play in the shadow of Jacob Lesher, but he has just 13 yards on 7 carries.
Draven Geiger is in that defensive front for Berwick on this series. As the Spartans operate from their 19. Janoski out of the gun. Has the snap, play action, lobs it out to the far side, has a man, Reese Williams, but he is brought down after a short gain. That's a nice job by Wilkerson coming from the secondary.
Yes, it was. A little token fake into the line of scrimmage. Didn't really hold people, but the quarterback is going to get it. And with that left-handed toss to the left side, it's an easy completion. But he's 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage till he can get anything going.
2nd and 5 for Mid-Valley at their own 24-yard line. Vanansky is the running back to the right of Vanoski, who operates out of the gun with a slot to the right. Long count. Berwick showing blitz, then they back off. Then they shift Vanansky to the left of the quarterback, who has the snap. Gives to Vanansky, and he is buried. He will not get to the line of scrimmage. Brought down at the 23-yard line. J.J. Leonard among the people in on the play.
Yeah, the play was made by Gabe Decker, though, Jim. He wanted to cross from left to the right side and run into C-gap over there. But Gabe Decker just came, took 2 steps into beyond the line of scrimmage, shut that down, forced him to turn it inside, and the Berwick host of tacklers met him.
3rd down situation for Mid-Valley. 3rd down and 6 at their own 23-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Janoski out of the gun. Vanansky to his right. Vanoski back to throw, rolling left, directing traffic. Fires long downfield, incomplete. You can see him directing Reese Williams downfield. Check that. Is it Aiden Wilson, I believe?
Aiden Wilson, yeah. Yeah, but Brady Cleaver had pretty good coverage, was staying with him, and even when he tried to push him further down, Cleaver's in the area, and Cleaver gives Wilson a little push at the end of the play to let him know he was there.
Jake Bondi back to do the punting. Adam Pesanowski does the long snapping. Berwick with 2 people deep. Bondi standing back at the Spartans' 11-yard line.
Might be a little too deep, Jim. I don't know if he's going to reach them.
His kick.
Oh, he is.
He's going to reach him. An over-the-head catch by Cleaver back at the 30-yard line to the 40, to the 45, to the midfield, down the sideline, 40, and ridden out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. Cleaver with a terrific return after a great punt by Jake Bondi.
Yeah, it just kept going back and back. The coaching staff does check on punters and gets an average of how far they're going. Cleaver catches it, and then he just kind of outruns the coverage to the sideline. At the point of the tackle, there was a horse collar, Jim, and it looks like they're going to mark that off.
No, they're going the other way with this penalty.
Oh.
It's going against Berwick. Berwick wanted the horse collar, didn't get it. Instead,
from the point of the catch, are they going to call an illegal fair catch signal, or are they going to call a clip back there?
It wasn't the point of the catch. The catch was at the 30, and I want the referee to tell us what went on.
Well, at the end, I saw the horse collar, but apparently after the first flag was thrown, I didn't see the flag down at this end of the field, but it really does penalize Berwick, a holding call.
Yeah, so the horse collar was not called, otherwise it would be offsetting. And the ball's at the 27-yard line. That's where Berwick will put it in play. Just 28 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. And the Bulldogs leading by a score of 7-0.
Ball's on the left hash, nearer to the Berwick sideline. Coaches will have a good look at what's going to happen on this snap.
Boy, regardless of the penalty and bring it back and so on, how about the speed of Brady Cleaver?
He's a special talent, and you have him and Wilkerson both on the same team, side by side in the backfield practically.
Slot to the left side, a fake toss. Cleaver keeps the ball up the middle and gets out to the 30-yard line, picks up about 3 on the play. Richard Lupchko from his linebacker position makes the stop on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. With the score, Berwick 7, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle, Andy Lickney, Chris Algard from Crespin Field in Berwick. The Bulldogs home opener. They lead Mid-Valley 7-0 after 1. And Berwick will have the ball at their own 30, moving from our left to our right in this second period, facing a 2nd down and 7.
A little sloppy both ways in that first quarter, Jim. And both Berwick looked impressive, played kind of mistake-free with penalties in that type of operational part of the game last week. A little sloppier this week, a couple flags hurting them.
Cleaver out of the gun. He's got a running back to either side. Fakes to Wilkerson, gives the ball to Galusha. Galusha extends the body out to the 35-yard line. Usually you see either Ty Wilkerson or Gavin Galusha. That time you saw both of them. Galusha with a good effort, Nick Pinto with the stop. They mark it at the 36-yard line to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Coaches may sense that Mid-Valley is keying on Ty Wilkerson, so put the two of them back there. Fake it to Wilkerson one way and come back the other way with Galusha, and that's a nice play. They need to convert on 3rd and less than a yard here.
Wilkerson is the running back. First down. Ty Wilkerson. We know his speed. He had some nifty.
Key. So right there at the line of scrimmage, a jump cut to the outside. He gets the corner, uses his speed, and gets the first down easily.
So after the 12-yard run by Wilkerson, first out the 48, I formation. Everett Snyder, the fullback, ahead of Ty Wilkerson. Wilkerson gets the call to midfield.
The backfield, and they're going to cheat their steps toward him, meet him near the line of scrimmage, and give a pushback. They'll give him a yard.
They mark it at midfield. 2nd down. We'll call it 8 for the Bulldogs. It's Cleaver. Brady, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it is. Fast shoes.
He's under center. The lone running back is Ty. Together.
Give him 78 on the game. It was a trap play, Jim. They pulled Draven Geiger from the left side, and he kicked out on the right. As he's getting that kick-out block at the line of scrimmage and driving his man to the side, Ty Wilkerson's taking it right off his inside hip, and then it's off to the races, pretty much untouched. Great block by Draven Geiger, great run by Ty Wilkerson.
Ashton Smith will hold for the extra point attempt by Caleb Yost. Snap coming from Gabe Decker. Snap. Placement. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 10:15 to go opening half. Berwick 14, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We are early in the second quarter of the second game of the season, and Ty Wilkerson has just scored for the fifth time, his longest of this season, from 50 yards out. And Berwick has extended their lead to 14-0, 10:15 remaining in the half.
Yeah, beautiful design to the play. Little kick-out trap. Draven Geiger getting his man, driving him out, and right off his hip at the line of scrimmage. Open field the rest of the way for Tymir Wilkerson.
Finansky and Pinto deep for the Spartans, as Yost, the sophomore kicker for the Bulldogs, gets the kick away. Very, very high. Finansky on the run at the 17-yard line. To the 20, bounces away from one tackler, and Ashton Smith among the people in on the stop at the 26-yard line.
Brock Sims joining in, but the two of them meeting, one from the left, one from the right. Good coverage. Nice high kick. Makes it hard to really get a return as the kick coverage team gets downfield well.
So Mid-Valley now trailing 14-0 will take over at their 25-yard line. The Spartans moving from our right to our left as we view things here in the second quarter, as they send four wide receivers to the right and one to the left. Empty backfield for Vanoski. Fires a quick out to Pinto. Looks for some running room, and Ty Wilkerson with a great play in the open field. It was one-on-one. Pinto against Wilkerson, and Wilkerson won that battle.
He sure did. One-on-one with nowhere to go. Wilkerson went through the blockers. You mentioned a banana bunch out there, and they should be setting the screen. But Wilkerson saw the sideways pass to the man deepest in the backfield. Pinto went right through to him, grabbed him, picked him up at the waist, and slammed him down to the ground hard. 4-yard loss.
Second down and 14. Spartans at their 21. Mason Finansky is the running back to the right of Brett Vanoski, and Mid-Valley is going to use a timeout. 9:27 remaining. Opening half. Berwick 14, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first half of the Bulldogs home opener here, Crispin Field. They lead Mid-Valley 14-0. Mid-Valley has the ball following their timeout, 2nd and 14 at their 21-yard line. Mid-Valley's had a good string of teams, 8-3 and 7-4 in the last 2 seasons. Struggling in their opener and trailing here 14-0. Janoski out of the gun. Gives the ball off to Vinansky. It looked like he had a head of steam, and then Berwick closes quickly. Gets just 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, defensive end Skylar Neville stayed home, Jim. And while Vinansky decided, I'm looking at this sort of sweep left, but I'm going to cut it back, and there was a lane, Skylar Neville really came down from that backside defensive end, closed down hard, and kept it to about a yard or 2.
3rd and 13 for Mid-Valley at their 23-yard line. Janoski back to throw. He's looking long for Wilson. Incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary. Brady Cleaver and Alex Estrella.
Yeah, Estrella playing the free safety is reading the quarterback, and as that ball gets high up into the air, he comes from midfield, takes the good angle just in case there's a burst of speed and the receiver can catch up. Cleaver on the inside has good coverage if the ball's thrown on target. You don't know where they're just going to be able to put that in there. Too good a coverage in the secondary.
Jake Bondi back to do the punting for the Spartans, standing back at his 11-yard line. Brady Cleaver, Gavin Galusha, deep for Berwick. Bondi boomed last one. And another nice punt. This time Galusha bobbles the football, then has to get it on at the 44-yard line. Scramble is on.
Oh, I don't like the call. They're going to give it to Mid-Valley, Jim. Galusha dropped it. It went to his right, bounced through his legs, and then he fell on it, and he had it chested, and then it pops out. Well, he's down. He has possession by what I'm seeing. I would not have called that second bounce out a fumble. I'd have called him down. But not the way the linesman saw it. He immediately pointed Mid-Valley because they did recover the second part of the fumble, but I thought he recovered his own and it downed himself.
Second turnover of the game for the Bulldogs. Mid-Valley trailing 14-0. Will try to cash in for the Berwick 43. Nick Pinto in motion toward the line of scrimmage. I formation. And a double reverse, and Pinto loses the football, and Berwick's on it at the 45-yard line. The Bulldogs get a right back. Gabe Decker on the recovery.
Yeah, he's fighting Brady Cleaver for the football. So they try to go with the big play, take the high risk with the double handoffs or double pitches. They misplay it. And while one ball had been misplayed down the other end on the punt and the call goes against Berwick, well, maybe it's karma as Berwick gets this fumble, gets the ball back with better field position.
8:37 remaining, opening half. Berwick leading 14-0 with the football at the Mid-Valley 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45.
So Bulldogs break the huddle. They have 3 receivers to the right side, and Cleaver out of the gun with Wilkerson to his right. First down call. Cleaver back to throw, fires it to Estrella on this near side. He's a speedster, but he's tackled after a short gain to the 42-yard line.
Both teams are trying these wide receiver screens, sort of a banana bunch or trips receivers. 2 receivers start blocking, the other stays back, catches the ball, and then tries to run. One of the more successful ones here by Estrella on the catch, but just 3 yards.
Second down and 7. Berwick moving from our left to our right in this second quarter, leading 14-0. They have it at the Mid-Valley 42-yard line. Cleaver under center. Wilkerson, the lone running back. Wide receiver to either side. Movement on the front.
And they finally throw the flag. They're forced to. Jason Gardenshire, the second man to jump. The nose guard kind of came a little bit but didn't come across the line or make contact, and then the defensive right tackle jumps after that. So I would assume Brady Cleaver is barking the signals and inducing the offsides there with his voice. Good call.
Second down and 2 following the penalty against Mid-Valley. Ball at the Spartans 37-yard line. Slot to the left side, I formation. Cleaver under center. Gives the ball to Wilkerson off the left side. Plowing forward, has the first down as he gets to the Mid-Valley 32-yard line.
Matt Gordner at the point of attack really opened up the hole right there where they wanted to go. Took his defensive tackle, drove him out to the left, and made a big seam there for Ty Wilkerson.
They needed 2, they got 3. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Mid-Valley 34-yard line. Slot to the left side. Shiloh Escobar in that slot. Give is to Wilkerson. Tries the left side, nothing there. Bounces it outside to the 30, to the 25, and still on his feet, and then hit out of bounds. So we'll check the yardage that we're going to give to Wilkerson, but then there'll be some tacked on to that.
He had 81 yards, so it may be at 100 and then another 15 for the late hit. The play was designed to go on the left side. Wilkerson, though, when he sees things are bunched up, he just decides, I'm going to take it the other way. I have the speed to bubble back a little and try to take it off the right side. Got himself to the sideline, got real nice yards before being bounced out of bounds, and as he's sort of dangling there at the whistle and out of bounds, one more pop put on him to knock him a little further.
So 18 yards on the carry by Ty Wilkerson. Then the penalty tacked on, and Berwick 1st and goal at the Mid-Valley 8-yard line.
99 yards for Wilkerson here in the first half.
He's the running back to the right of Cleaver, who waits the shotgun snap. Has it, fake toss, keeps the ball himself, gets outside left, and dances in the end zone for a Berwick touchdown. Brady Cleaver from 8 yards out. And boy, a fake pitch to Ty Wilkerson gets a lot of attention.
It does get a lot of attention. He also got a nice block. So now he's outside on a tight sweep to the left. But he has a corner coming in to make a hit, and he has a man inside at safety. And as you said, Jim, just knows the dance moves to elude both of them and go in standing.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashton Smith. Gabe Decker's snap is there. Placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 6:49 to go, opening half. Berwick 21, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Got that Berwick Bulldog spirit? Go to Papa Lou's Place on Vine Street, 2 blocks from Crispin Field, where the Berwick Bulldogs games are on. And there's live music on the patio after each home game, with drink specials every Friday, and try their famous smash burgers, homemade pierogies, and Broadster wings with a variety of homemade sauces. Nobody does Berwick High School football like Papa Lou's Place, where the beer is fresh, the food is amazing, and the service is top-notch. See their Facebook page for details, and go to Papa Lou's Place to see what the buzz is about.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Brady Cleaver, the freshman quarterback for the Bulldogs, his 2nd rushing touchdown of this young season from 8 yards out, capping a 5-play, 45-yard drive as Berwick builds their lead to 21-0 with 6:49 remaining in the opening half.
Brady Cleaver, nickname him the natural, Jim. He just seems automatic with his moves to find the open space.
The kickoff by Caleb Yost. Nice kick, a line drive that goes inside the 5-yard line. And the return is out to the 25-yard line. That was Vinansky on the return.
Ashton Smith on that crashing tackle, Jim. He's been very visible on the specialty team plays. He seems to always want to be first one down and first one on that other white jersey.
So Mid-Valley will take over the football. Spartans trailing this one 21-0. As Berwick cashes in on that fumble recovery by Gabe Decker. That starts the possession that leads to the touchdown run by Brady Cleaver. So Brett Vinoski, son of head coach Stan Janoski in his 2nd year as a starting quarterback, awaits the shotgun snap. Man in motion, left to right, the give to Vinansky, and he is buried. Very little gain on the play. Matt Gordner among the people in on the play.
Yeah, trying to see who got there first. I think J.J. Leonard might have met him there, but boy, what 2 quality defensive studs for Berwick on that defensive line. The Janoski family tree is a good one, Jim. You mentioned the starting quarterback. His father's the head coach. His brother coaches the freshman team. His sister is in the cheerleading squad, and they say the mom is the biggest fan in the stands.
That really is a family story. 2nd and 9 for Mid-Valley from their 26. Vinoski in motion, takes the pitch, tries to sweep the left side, and he is going nowhere. J.J. Leonard.
Is he playing a game? Defensive end had it contained. They weren't going to let him turn upfield, but it just slows the runner down enough in that I can't get outside on the sweep for J.J. Leonard to come from the inside and just haul him down. Wow, what a play.
Lost 2 on the play. 3rd down and 11 for the Spartans at their own 24-yard line.
A lot of very short pitches, Jim, and I always feel that's a little dangerous. I'd rather hand it off or have the longer pitch, but these are pitches of just a foot or so.
Empty backfield for Brett Vinoski. Man in motion. Vinoski back to throw. Looking. He's going to keep the ball himself, then fires at the last moment. Incomplete. That's a good play by Alex Estrella in the secondary for the Bulldogs.
Not the quarterback, had good escape ability. Defensive ends crashing from the outside, pressure coming up the middle. He steps through the C gap and attacks the line of scrimmage. I thought he should have probably run, but he felt, hey, I have receivers. I can shovel this downfield. But no, they just can't make the completion.
There was a penalty on the play, and it's a big one against the Bulldogs. So they are calling pass interference. It must have been on Estrella.
I would suppose so. Someone hit the receiver, I guess, a little bit ahead of time. I thought it was sort of a bang-bang play.
1st and 10, Mid-Valley at their 44-yard line. Vinoski back to throw, fires, has his man Harishnak, the 9th grader, bounces away from a tackler and gets up to the 45-yard line.
Caleb May put the first hit on Harishnak as he's sort of crossing from like a tight end or wing spot to the outside on the left. But that first hard shoulder just jolted him back. Caleb May then recovers to finish the tackle, but it shows the toughness upon the part of that freshman Harishnak to not go down with the first pop.
Clock running, 4:40, remaining opening half. Berwick 21, Mid-Valley nothing. Spartans of Mid-Valley with the ball at their own 45-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Vinoski out of the gun, running back to his left. Gives the ball to that running back. Vinoski tries the left side, breaks free over midfield to the 35, the 30. Ty Wilkerson trying to catch up, does so. The ball goes into the end zone. Berwick is going to either recover, it's going to go out of the end zone. The Bulldogs will have it at the 20-yard line.
Wow. First, how did he escape from being tackled? There's a gang tackle on him. I lose him among 6 or 7 Berwick tacklers, and then he pops out, and then it's a foot race, and he has a good 7-8 yards on everyone. But we know Ty Wilkerson's speed. He catches him near the 10-yard line, puts the hit on him, knocks the ball out. It goes into the end zone. Brady Cleaver looked like he was recovering it about 9 yards deep. Whether it's 9 yards deep or out of the end zone, it should be Berwick ball, as you mentioned, Jim.
Wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. The long run by Vinoski would have been 55. We'll give about 45 yards on the carry before the ball was knocked out of his hands. We are going to have an injury timeout. There's an injured player on the field. It's Robert Mattioli for Mid-Valley, but he's on his feet and is walking gingerly to the sideline. But boy, talk about a play that could turn things around. Mid-Valley needed something to happen good for them, and it appeared they had it. And I'm with Andy. I don't know how Vinoski got out of that pileup. It looked like it was going to be no gain or maybe a loss. Instead, the only thing that prevented a touchdown was the speed of Ty Wilkerson in that secondary.
It's amazing, and the fact you'd be thrilled if you're Berwick just to make a tackle there around the 15-yard line, because you'd be able to stop this team from putting it in the end zone. Not only does he make the tackle, he forces the fumble into the end zone, and Berwick will get the ball on a touchback.
Bulldogs from their own 20-yard line. Gavin Galusha is the tailback in the eye. Everett Snyder, the fullback, ahead of him. Play action. Rolling left as Brady Cleaver fires a little behind his intended receiver. It goes incomplete. Gabe Decker was the intended target at the 30.
Nice ball action. Of course, Mid-Valley's expecting the running game, even with Galusha in there. Nice ball handling on the point of Brady Decker. Fakes it, semi-roll to the left. Sees his tight end downfield, and they just don't connect.
Wilkerson is back in that offense. They gave him a one-play breather, and he deserved it. He deserved it.
What a sprint. I didn't think any way anyone was going to catch him. You know, he's a running back with running back speed.
And now, out of the Wildcat, Wilkerson takes the direct snap, tries the right side, bounces away from a tackler, and is finally ridden out of bounds about the 24-yard line. Nice job by Aiden Wilson for the Spartans. Boy, it's got to be scary for the opposition when you see Ty Wilkerson turn that corner. But the play was made after a gain of 4, 3rd down and 6.
Gives him 103 yards on the half, Jim. And again, not really the design. They'd like him to find the seam inside, not take it wide, but nothing showing inside.
3rd down call, again the Wildcat. Wilkerson takes the direct snap, sweeps the left side, has the first down, and then some, out to the 35-yard line. 11 yards in the carry by Ty Wilkerson, so back-to-back plays. They give him the direct snap out of the Wildcat and pick up the first down.
Wildcat gives you an additional blocker. Quarterback who normally hands off is usually dead after that, doesn't contribute anymore. So if you go straight back without the handoff, you have an extra blocker at the point of attack. If it's Wilkerson left and Wilkerson right, just put the blockers out, let him find where's the interference and where's the most natural lane, and that's what they were doing.
Berwick from their own 35-yard line. Brady Cleaver back in there. He will operate out of the shotgun with Ty Wilkerson to his right from the 35-yard line with the first down. Cleaver fakes handoff, keeps the football, has some running room, and close to the first down out near the 45-yard line.
Eventually, Nick Pinto at safety comes up and puts his 150 pounds into the quarterback, Brady. A little strange, 2 fullbacks as wingbacks as blocking back, and then you can use Wilkerson somewhat as a blocker or as a decoy. Cleaver taking it up the middle. First time we've seen him run inside.
10 yards on the carry and a first down. We've seen the great speed of Brady Cleaver. Not sure he had the power back capabilities, but showed it there. But was shaken up on the play. And he comes out of there, and Ashton Smith comes on to do the quarterbacking.
I think normally with a fresh quarterback, you go with a safe handoff or a timeout.
No, penalty flag. Perhaps
maybe
too much time.
Or too many men on the field.
Illegal procedure against Berwick.
Well, I didn't see them get out to the line and even get set, so it's not a standard illegal procedure.
We'll check on the sideline with Brady Cleaver. He is standing, helmet on. Just got a little shaken up on the play, I think. He's not favoring any shoulder or arm or anything like that.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half. Quarterback in there now has some varsity experience. They might let him run the half out.
I formation. Give us to Galusha, hit behind the line, and he won't get to the line of scrimmage. He is brought down at the 39-yard line.
Cole Bryant coming on through and making the hit. Not a whole lot of deception in there.
And Brady Cleaver will come back in. Under 2 minutes remaining. Opening half. Berwick leading 21-0. Bulldogs second and long at their own 40-yard line.
Haven't passed much. Just 1 of 4 passing, and most attempts have been short.
Center Nico Lonzinski over the football. I formation. Galusha at the tail of the tandem. Fake to him. Big pass rush. And Cleaver will be sacked back at the 32-yard line. Reese Williams, terrific defensive end for this team, comes and makes the sack.
Yeah, he had 4 sacks last year, had another one, 6 tackles for loss, among the leading tacklers last year with 42. He's an athlete. We see him offensively and defensively. Unblocked on the backside defensive end. Oh, a mistake there, and who should be picking him up? He shouldn't have a clear shot at the quarterback.
3rd and 22 for the Bulldogs back at their 33. I don't think we'll see anything fancy here with the clock running and 43 seconds to go in the half. Although giving it to Ty Wilkerson could become fancy.
Or run the quarterback.
Cleaver hands him off to Wilkerson off the left side. Ty Wilkerson has stood up about the 36-yard line. He'll gain 3 on the play. And the clock will continue to run. Mid-Valley will get the ball to start the second half, so they're not going to use any timeouts here.
I would always force a team to punt when you can.
And that's the end of the first half of play with the score. Berwick 21 and Mid-Valley nothing. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have an update on scores with Chris Algard. We'll have the stats of Andy Ulickty. One half of the books, 21-0 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
When the weather turns cold, you need reliability to keep your home and family warm. Chapin Oil in Nescopeck has been the local choice for reliable home heating oil delivery and maintaining the tried and true service you've come to know only at Chapin Oil. Stay warm, stay local, and stay with the name you can trust. Chapin Oil, Nescopeck. Call today to set up your delivery. Chapin Oil proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
What's worse than being broken down on the side of the road, and who's going to fix it without disrupting your life and cash flow? Since 2023, Wolfie's Automotive, 435 Washington Street, Berwick, has been keeping drivers on the road with the best prices and the shortest lead times. From large and extensive repairs to routine oil changes and even auto detailing, they are honest, dependable, and will have you back in business in no time. Wolfie's Automotive in Berwick, the local, trustworthy mechanic. Just see it for yourself. Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit at Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
In case you haven't noticed, warm weather is back. Time for sunny days, family trips, and cool nights cruising with the windows down. Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick get your vehicle ready for the season. Whether you need a state inspection for your car, truck, or motorcycle, a general tune-up, or getting your AC in top shape, MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day, saving you money every step of the way. Schedule an appointment today at MasterTechAutoBerwick.com.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle, Andy Lickney, and Chris Algard from Crispin Field in Berwick. It's the home opener for the Bulldogs, and they lead Mid-Valley at the break 21-0. Mid-Valley backed up in their own territory after a great punt and coverage downfield by Caleb May, the punt by Caleb Yost. They had the ball deep in their own territory, got it out to the 11-yard line. But on the second down play, a fumble was recovered by Brady Cleaver at the 1-yard line. And from there, Ty Wilkerson went in for his third touchdown this young season. Caleb Yost had the extra point, 8:58 to go in the first quarter. Berwick led by a score of 7-0. An electrifying 40-yard run by Brady Cleaver later that first quarter to the 24-yard line of Mid-Valley. But then a fumble by Ty Wilkerson recovered by Reese Williams. ends the threat. Quarter ending with Berwick with that 7-0 lead. They added to that lead early in the second quarter on a 50-yard touchdown run by Ty Wilkerson. Great block to start it by Draven Geiger as Berwick goes 5 plays, 73 yards. Caleb Yost with the extra point, 14-0 Berwick. Later in that second quarter, Gabe Decker with a fumble recovery at the Mid-Valley 45-yard line. 5 plays later, freshman quarterback Brady Cleaver in from the 8-yard line for the score. Biggest play along that drive, an 18-yard run by Ty Wilkerson. It looked like Mid-Valley was going to get on the board as Mason Wisnowski broke free near midfield and appeared to be going for a touchdown. Ty Wilkerson, with that great speed of his, not only caught up, but forced a fumble deep into the end zone that Berwick recovered, took over the football at their 20, ran out the clock, and that's how we stand here at halftime. Berwick 21 and Mid-Valley nothing. When we return, we'll check stats with Andy Lickney. Later on, we'll get the latest on the scoreboard with Chris Algard. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalastate.planning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Do you suffer from tired, achy, heavy legs? Are you looking to elevate your performance and style? Discover the perfect fusion of fashion and function at the Compression Shop of Berwick. If you're looking for medical or athletic compression wear, if you're looking to power through your workday, or you're looking to recover post-workout, the Compression Shop has personalized consultations and most of the products are try before you buy. All military get 10% off every day. The Compression Shop Berwick, West Front Street. Check out their Facebook page.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
What's worse than being broken down on the side of the road, and who's gonna fix it without disrupting your life and cash flow? Since 2023, Wolfie's Automotive, 435 Washington Street, Berwick, has been keeping drivers on the road with the best prices and the shortest lead times. From large and extensive repairs to routine oil changes and even auto detail, they are honest, dependable, and will have you back in business in no time. Wolfie's Automotive in Berwick, the local, trustworthy mechanic. Just see it for yourself.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WVWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLN Bloomsburg.
96th season of Berwick football here at Crispin Field. Bulldogs leading in their home opener over Mid-Valley by a score of 21-0. Stats from the opening half, Andy Lickney.
Yeah, they have good edge on the stat sheet, Jim, especially in rushing. 175 yards rushing to about 50 for Mid-Valley. Looking at Mid-Valley, it's kind of hard to get accurate on them. They had a fumble, and I don't know who to credit or discredit that to, so I gave it to the team, and I credited it as losing 10 yards on a double reverse that got loose from them, losing 10 yards. The rest of the rushing I have going to Mason Vinansky. I have him with 10 carries for 60 yards. And again, 55, 65. Where did Ty Wilkerson catch him? How much of a run did he have? I gave him about 50. Might have been a little more, might have been a little less. And while it was his best play of the game, up to the end of the run, he fumbles it away and into the end zone. And whether Brady Cleaver's credited with the fumble recovery 9 yards deep, or whether he rolls out of the end zone with it, either way it became Berwick ball. So I have Vinansky with 60. I have the team losing 10 on the fumble from the reverse. So their rushing by my count is 11 carries for 50 yards. Passing, Brett Janonski, the veteran quarterback, he has 4 completes and 13 attempts, none intercepted, and just 31 yards in the air. Reese Williams is a veteran receiver. While the team has 31 yards in the air, he has 29 of those. Nick Harishnak, the freshman, he has a 6-yard catch. And Nick Pinto, well, he lost 4 as Ty Wilkerson came busting through a screen to meet him in the backfield. A net of 31 yards in the passing game. Give him 50 in the rushing game. Total of 81 yards on 24 plays. Looking at Berwick, their 27 plays netted 178 yards. Again, very limited passing. Brady Cleaver has been asked to throw the ball 4 times. He's been near the receiver on all 4, but only one has truly connected. And that's just a 3-yarder, a sideways pass to Alex Estrella. 3 yards in the passing game on 1 of 4 for Brady Cleaver. Rushing, Dymere Wilkerson does lead the way as expected. 15 carries, 117 yards here at halftime. He has really shown speed offensively and defensively. If he gets in the open field and he gets that breakaway threat, there's no angling to stop him, and he showed that. He's also showed his ability as sort of a hard nose runner, taking on tacklers, bashing forth, and grinding it out for some tough yardage. Ty Wilkerson, 15 carries, 117 yards. Gavin Galusha called on twice to carry, a net of 3. Brady Cleaver, he's carried the ball. I have him with 6, counting a sack. He still has 55 yards there. He has that great speed. He showed a willingness in this game to run up the middle as well. On broken plays where things break down, he can start one way and go the other and make it happen. So he too, a speed threat to take it all the way if you don't have the angles on him. Brady Cleaver, freshman quarterback, 55 yards. Ty Wilkerson, 117, 13 for Galusha, a total of 175 on 23 rushes. Add the 3 in the air for the 178 here at halftime for Berwick, Jim.
It wasn't a perfect half for the Bulldogs. More mistakes, penalties that they would like. But still, compared to last week where they had 12 plays in the first half, a lot more offense and still a lot going for this team.
Yeah, I agree. A few sloppy plays, a few sloppy penalties, a few calls I didn't quite understand or didn't agree with. But, you know, that's all part of the game. You got to shake those off and go on from there. And Berwick did recover after some calls that went against them. So they've had a very nice first half.
21-0. Berwick over Mid-Valley at the break. We'll check other scores with Chris Algard when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Did you inherit an estate or did you recently buy real estate that needs to be cleaned out? J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Berwick is the easiest and the fastest when it comes to big clean outs. They'll also clean out your attic, basement, or garage. Wherever you've got junk, call J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling today at 844-GET-JDOG and get your job done the military way with respect, integrity, and trust. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is proudly veteran-owned and operated.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit @Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
A couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Berwick leading Mid-Valley by a score of 21-0. Newcomer to our broadcasting team is Chris Algard. He has a lot of broadcasting experience. If you've watched Bloomsburg University football or basketball on the Bloomsburg University streaming network, Chris is the play-by-play. He's with us tonight, and he's got scores around the region. Chris?
Thanks, Jim. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here this evening. Lackawanna Trail taking on Western Wayne. Western Wayne with a 21-0 lead in the second. Valley View taking on Crestwood. That game 10-0. Crestwood up in the second. Dallas is ahead of Wyoming area this evening, 13-7, that game at the half. Loyola Blakefield of Maryland taking on Scranton Prep. Loyola Blakefield with a large lead, 45-6, that game in the third. Carbondale leads Nanticoke 24-0 in the second. Riverside taking on Hanover area this evening, 21-7 lead in the second for Riverside. Williamsport taking on Hazleton area. That game a 7-0 lead in the second for Williamsport. Shamokin area, huge lead over Lake Lehman, 42-0 in the second. North Pocono taking on Pittston, a North Pocono lead of 14-0. That game also in the second. Tunkhannock leads Holy Redeemer 28-7 in the second. Wilkes-Barre tied 7-7 with Stroudsburg. That game reaching the half. Scranton leads Wyoming Valley, another big lead, 38-0. That game also at the half. Bloomsburg taking on Central Mountain, a 7-0 lead for the Panthers, that game in the second. Mount Carmel, a big lead over Central Columbia, 28-0. That game heading into the half. Mifflinburg, Danville in a close battle, 15-14. That game at the half as well. Montoursville taking on Milton, 21-0 lead for Montoursville at the half. Jersey Shore taking on Delaware Valley, 28-7, that game in the second. Lewisburg leads Shikellamy 13-10, another close one, that game approaching the half. Twin Valley taking on Selinsgrove this evening, a big lead for Twin Valley, 35-0 in the second. And finally for the out-of-town scoreboard, Southern Columbia leads Loyalsock 21-0. That game just getting started in the third quarter. Jim, back to you.
Okay, Chris, welcome aboard. Here at Crespin Field in the Bulldogs home opener, they lead Mid-Valley by a score of 21-0. I'm sure the halftime theme, at least for the Bulldogs, Andy, was, look, we can do better than this. We got to clean some things up.
Yeah, clean it up is right. You know, sometimes when the opposition's a little sloppy, you get sloppy with them. You know, we saw a punt that was ruled as a fumble, and then one play later, the opposition's running a reverse that's fumbled, and you get it back. You know, it's tough to get that good, solid, smooth, efficient rhythm, you know, when your opposition sometimes is a little off-kilter too. So I think Berwick does need to clean a few things up, but I think they will. And it's certainly nice to have that comfortable 21-0 lead when you don't feel you're playing at your best yet.
Mid-Valley will get the football to start this second half. Berwick to kick off. The Spartans will move from our right to our left in this third period. Nick Pinto, Mason Fidansky, deep, as Caleb Yost will kick it off for the Bulldogs.
He's been kicking very deep, line drives that would have hit the end zone. Ashton Smith, been a very strong headhunter here on the kick coverage.
So Yost has been perfect in extra points this season, 6 for 6. Also a field goal. Kicks off and the second half underway. Finansky at the 9-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, the 30. He gets outside right. The 35-yard line, being run down by the kicker, Caleb Yost, not before he gets to the Berwick 40-yard line. Terrific return by Mason Finansky.
Someone on the far side of the field lost contain, Jim. You come down in your lanes, but the widest men on each side have to contain where a man can't get to the sideline. They lost that, and that forces the kicker, who's playing it as a safety, playing back, to come over, slow things down, and make the play.
That's a 41-yard kick return by Mason Finansky. And Mid-Valley in business to start this second half, trailing Berwick 21-0. Wide receiver to either side. I formation behind the quarterback, Brett Vinosky. The call goes to Finansky off the right side. He's got a burst and gets to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the first down carry for Mason Finansky. Gavin Galouche on the stop.
Yeah, quite a seam on the right side, and the quarterback, as he's getting under the center, kind of pointed to where the man was going to run, and you can see a natural seam right in there. Berwick out of position.
Second down and 2. Mid-Valley trying to get on the board here early in the third. They have it at the Bulldog 32-yard line. Finansky again the call. Off the left side, he's wrapped up short of the sticks. Good defensive work as Finansky looked like he had room to pick up that first down, but doesn't get there.
Yeah, defensive end Gabe Decker came down hard from the outside and made the stop. Give him 1 yard when he needed 2.
Third down call coming. Looks like they still need 2. It's the ball at the 32-yard line. Finansky, the tailback in the eye. I'm sure 4-down territory for Mid-Valley. Here's the third down call. Finansky under center. Gives it to Finansky off the left side. He won't get the first down. He's coming up short. It's going to be 4th and short for Mid-Valley.
Everett Snyder at nose took on the center and then collided with Finansky at the point of attack. He'll inch it a little bit closer, but not much, Jim. I don't know. Maybe you can call it a yard now.
4th down and 1. Big call coming early here in the third. Mid-Valley at the Berwick 31-yard line. Pesanowski is the fullback, ahead of Finansky in the I formation. As Vinosky under center. Play action, rolling left, fires a pass, incomplete. Incomplete behind the intended receiver. Reese Williams was open at the 24-yard line, and I think Vinosky would like to have that one back. Not only was the pass bad to a receiver who was open, but he had plenty of running room to get a yard.
Yeah, it was like a naked bootleg as he fakes off the right side. Everyone's anticipating a dive up the middle, and I think that's what they should have done. Their line's been stronger in this second half. They're playing good, enthusiastic football. But then the naked bootleg comes. He could easily run for it. I agree with you, Jim. Instead, he chooses to throw, and it's incomplete.
So Berwick with their first possession of this second half. The Bulldogs move from our left to our right. They have it at their 31-yard line. I formation. Brady Cleaver under center. Snyder is the fullback, ahead of Ty Wilkerson. Give is to Wilkerson off the left side, hit behind the line, but breaks free and gets out to about the 35-yard line. Well, he's so tough to bring down. Mid-Valley, great penetration.
He is tough. Jake Bondi out there coming up with the play. He'll gain a yard, but he got pushed backward by penetration. He had to sort of try to bounce around that before he gets back to the line of scrimmage and fights for a tough yard.
Jake Bondi in on that last stop for the Spartans. They give him 2 on the play to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Estrella, wide right. Cleaver under center. Gives the ball off to Wilkerson. Got room to the 45 over midfield. Down the far sideline, 40, 35, and tripped up at the last moment about the 22-yard line. Wyatt Youngblood with a saving tackle for Mid-Valley.
Yeah, but I think his nicest run of the season, Jim. He got himself going north-south in the B-gap on the right side. He had to go right, then quick curve left, just half a man, and then quick curve right again, and then find open space down toward that right hash and then try to use the sideline. Wyatt showed great speed to get out there and stop, did Wyatt Youngblood, the corner.
45 yards on the carry by Wilkerson. Now he gets a breather. Galusha is the tailback in the eye. Gavin Galusha tries the left side, is wrapped up. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's good defensive work by Dylan Maseko, 300-pounder. There is a flag on the play.
Been a few too many flags. Jim, remind me what that call is. It's against Mid-Valley, both arms straight out. Is that a personal foul?
It shouldn't be, and I know what the personal foul looks like. But it is a walk-off and a long one against Mid-Valley. And it will take it half the distance to the 12-yard line, where Berwick will have a first down. Brock Sims is in there. So blocking back to the left. Cleaver under center. Galusha is the running back from the 12. Galusha gets the call, tries to get outside right. He'll lose yardage. Boy, Reese Williams is a terrific defensive end for this Mid-Valley team.
Yeah, refused to be blocked that time, Jim. Man in motion's trying to kick him out, and he just won't move. Holds his ground, will not give the opening for Galusha to run. Just no place to go. He's a stud.
Second down and 13, Berwick. Back in the Mid-Valley, 15-yard line. We're early here in the third. The Bulldogs trying to add to a 21-0 lead, and we have an injured player, looks like Reese Williams, sitting on the ground, maybe one of those cramps that we said we wouldn't see tonight because the weather is a little coolish here at Crispin Field.
Still early season. All the muscles aren't really coordinated. You know, you have certain muscles that develop in the weight room, but while they get bigger and you get stronger, they also get a little bit tighter. And sometimes that's not the best condition for when you have to exercise on the field and everything gets stretched out a little bit differently. He is sitting there. He is not screaming in pain. It looks like they're going to work something out, Jim.
Stan Janoski, the head coach, is out there partly to show his concern for Reese Williams and partly to yell at the officials on that, on that last call. But I think Reese Williams will be okay. They want him in there. Boy, he's very good. He's very good. It's interesting, this game tonight, we got two great defensive ends wearing number 9. Gabe Decker, sophomore for the Bulldogs, and Reese Williams, the senior for the Spartans of Mid-Valley.
Yeah, I mentioned his numbers from last year. He had 4 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 42 tackles on the season. Two-way player as well. When you get a guy that you just can't take him off the field, he's that valuable, you know you have a good one. Very athletic.
Yeah, it was just a cramp. He's jogging off to the far side. See if Berwick will take advantage of his absence on this play from the 15-yard line, where it's 2nd and 13.
He's playing to the Berwick offensive right. Gabe Decker lining up in that area, as he often does.
Ty Wilkerson is back in there as the lone running back. Brady Cleaver under center. Double tight end alignment. No wide receivers from the 15. Play action and rolling left. Off the naked bootleg is J.J. Cleaver, and he gets down to the 4-yard line. Good fake of the handoff.
Yeah, it really was. Had me fooled, Jim. Everything's going right. The defense is leaning that way, and he takes it to the left side. Dylan Masheko, defensive tackle, has to sort of break his direction, go back against the grain. You're going to have another player down, Jim, so another stoppage here. This time it's a Berwick player who's down. We'll have to see which one. It's pink shoes, Jim. Up, and it's a cramp. So it is the quarterback, Brady Cleaver. Pink mouthpiece and pink shoes, and they're lifting that leg up as he lays back on his number, and they stretch it out. So we see Ashton Smith coming in. He did not get the first down. They didn't move the chains.
Well, now they did. They should move it. They got it to the 2-yard line, which would have given them the 13 yards they needed for the first down. Maybe they're going to say it's just short.
That's the way it's looking. Cleaver's up. He's going to jog himself to the sideline. He'll have to come out for a play unless Berwick takes a timeout, and I don't expect them to. Ty Wilkerson going over and giving him a little bit of a high five.
So let's call it 3rd down and less than a yard for Berwick at the 3-yard line.
3rd and less than a yard from the 3.
So Bulldogs out onto the field. Ashton Smith, senior quarterback, under center.
Under Henry Snyder, the sophomore center, Jim.
Ty Wilkerson is the running back. He gets the call off the right side, goes in for a Berwick touchdown. Wilkerson in from 2 yards out, and Berwick extends the lead.
Give him this 163 yards, and yet another touchdown to this night's Dallies. They ran in the area where Matt Gordner's normally playing. He'd be surrounded by the center, Henry Snyder, and Mike Terry under normal circumstances. Sometimes they shift their line around, and of course you get these fullbacks and Brock Sims and Everett Snyder moving around on the inside as well.
Caleb Yost, perfect so far this young season in extra points, and the snap is taken by Ashton Smith. He's going to have to try to run it in right side, and the official hasn't indicated. He's right there, and now the official out here at the 15-yard line says yes, it is a 2-point conversion. So there's timeout on the field with the score. Berwick 29 and Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Got that Berwick Bulldog spirit? Go to Papa Lou's Place on Vine Street, 2 blocks from Crispin Field, where the Berwick Bulldogs games are on. And there's live music on the patio after each home game, with drink specials every Friday, and try their famous smash burgers, homemade pierogies, and broadster wings with a variety of homemade sauces. Nobody does Berwick High School football like Papa Lou's Place, where the beer is fresh, the food is amazing, and the service is top-notch. See their Facebook page for details, and go to Papa Lou's Place to see what the buzz is about.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
7:22 to go, 3rd quarter. Berwick just capped a 5-play, 69-yard drive with a 2-yard touchdown run by Ty Wilkerson, his 3rd of the game. And then Ashton Smith runs for the 2-point conversion. I think there was a problem with the snap. I don't think it was.
Yeah, he had
a
little trouble getting it up, Jim. I think he might have been able to get upright and still get the kickoff, but yeah, I think he's an aggressive type of guy. He didn't mind picking it up and saying, I'm going to run for the corner and see what I can do, and he was rewarded with the 2-point conversion.
So it's 29-0 Bulldogs, 7:22 to go in the 3rd, and Caleb Yost, the sophomore, will kick it off.
Soccer style from the right hash, as per usual. He's been kicking relatively deep.
Vidansky had a great return last time he got an opportunity. This time it goes to Pinto on the far side at the 11. Nick Pinto to the 20 and dragged down over the 25 at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Skylar Neville coming on down and wrapping it up very securely.
So Berwick on defense and Mid-Valley.
And it looks like we have Ty Wilk.
At their 24-yard line. 2-year starter, Brett Vidansky hands it off. Vidansky tries the right side, gets to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Good defense by Berwick. Brock Sims among the people in there.
Yeah, Brock Sims certainly is in there at the point of attack. Matt Gordner taking on different blockers and helping create the pile. But a good gang.
operates out of the gun. Gives to Vidansky, tries to sweep the left side, and it's going to be dragged down at the line of scrimmage.
Sinking out of the lane, he wants to run. Of course, Berwick can finish things up without the other blockers in that area, but coordinator manhandling, the tackle assigned to him.
Boy, in high school football, if you're really, really good against the run, you can be very successful. And so far, Berwick appears to be just that. Here's a 3rd and 9. Mid-Valley. As Vidansky lines up to the left of Janoski, who has the shotgun snap, back to throw, fires into traffic, incomplete. And again, he had to hurry that throw. Great pressure on the quarterback.
I wanted to get it to that tight end, Reese Williams, we saw cramped up earlier. But there's a man in front of him, a man behind him. He does zip it. It's tipped along. It bounces a little bit. More opportunity for Berwick to come up with it than for a Mid-Valley receiver.
Gavin Galusha and Brady Cleaver deep, anticipating the punt from Jake Bondi, who's standing back at the Mid-Valley 17-yard line. Galusha had problems in the last punt return attempt with a muff. Here's the kick by Bondi. Galusha will get another chance. Over the shoulder catch at the 30. And he is wrapped up back at the 27. Boy, that's terrific coverage downfield.
Yeah, Aiden Wilson was the man who came down. We've been seeing him play in the secondary, a little wide receiver. And while Galusha got it and tried to do a little spin around and lose him, no can do that time, as Aiden Wilson right on top of him, bringing him down in his tracks.
So the Bulldogs take over at their own 29-yard line with 5:40 remaining in this third quarter. Of course, Berwick one touchdown away from putting this into the mercy mode with that 29-0 lead. As C.J. Curry with some instructions for his offense. It takes the field. Ty Wilkerson will be the running back.
Time clock at 10 seconds as they're getting to the football. 7, 6, keep an eye on it.
Cleaver out of the gun. Has the snap, back to throw, drops the football, picks it up, rolls out left, still looking downfield, rolling right, looking, directing traffic. Then he throws long downfield into traffic, and it's incomplete. Two receivers there, Estrello and Shiloh, as Brady Cleaver. It's just an incompletion as there's an injured Mid-Valley player in that secondary. But one of the most exciting incompletions you'll ever see.
Yeah, Aiden Wilson, the man who made the hit on Gavin Galusha on the punt, is the one who's down. Yeah, little old Fran Tarkington, if anyone remembers him. He went back, and as he went to kind of swing the ball up to pass, he dropped it. He had to get down, pick it up, and then his momentum took him to the left, and he thought, well, maybe I'll run, and, well, no one's playing me. Maybe I'll reverse my field and look for receivers downfield. Have that broken play, have them come to me or go deeper. A broken play, he throws it deep, and it just falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to blame it on the receivers, but there shouldn't be two receivers in the same spot drawing all the attention of the opposition. It is, as Andy mentioned, Aiden Wilson shaken up, but he's walking under his own power to the far sideline.
At the pro level and the collegiate level, Jim, they're taught on broken plays, and now with running quarterbacks, we have more and more such dynamic impromptu plays. They're taught, break off your route, come to the quarterback, find an open seam. Here the Berwick receivers were just heading downfield, and as the play just kept getting longer and longer, it's kind of drifted deep in the same area.
2nd and 10. Berwick at their 30-yard line. Cleaver under center. Wilkerson, the lone running back. Deep in that backfield. He gets the call. Follows a good block. Gets over the 35 out near the 38-yard line.
Bondi in on the tackle, Jim, and he tried to rip that ball away. Best part of the run, good 9-yard run. by Ty Wilkerson, reading things, following his blockers with deliberation. But the best thing was covering up that ball at the end of the run and not allowing it to be stripped out. Very aware of it there.
And a good job of following his blocking.
Yes.
He put his hand on the back of that blocker and picked up 8. Here's a 3rd down and 2. Cleaver under center. Gives to Wilkerson off the left side, the first down, then some to the 45, to midfield, to the 45, the 40. Still on his feet down the far sideline, 25, at the 20, and he's ridden out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
He picked up a blocker way downfield, Jim, Alex Estrella, and he was using that running interference to get by one of the 2 men left. But that last man ended up being Nick Pinto. Again, 5'6", 140 pounds in program weight, just enough to be able to edge him out of bounds.
54 yards on the carry by Ty Wilkerson, adding to his impressive totals on the night.
227 now.
1st and goal, Berwick from the 8. Galusha gets the call off the right side. Galusha in for Berwick touchdown. Gavin Galusha in from 8 yards out.
Set up by the Ty Wilkerson blast, Jim. It was well blocked off the left side on the previous play. Hit the C-gap on the left. And all of a sudden, he's past the front 2 levels, and it's a question of can he beat the secondary. He has the speed, but they have angles on him. He used Estrella, and eventually the last man pushed him out. But one play later, Gavin Galusha take over for the fatigued Ty Wilkerson, makes it look easy, and he takes it in.
And personal foul against Berwick. Was it after the touchdown run? Looks that is the case.
And perhaps an ejection. I didn't quite see, Jim. To keep an eye on our lineups. It's not going to affect the PAT kick.
It'll be on the kickoff.
It'll be on the kickoff.
You know, you mentioned the block by Estrella. Almost always when you have a long run, somewhere along the way, there was a block by a wide receiver. It's an understated ability at that position. As Caleb Yost boots it through. Timeout in the field, 4:31 to go in the 3rd. Berwick 36, Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this."
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Gavin Galusha in from the 8-yard line for the touchdown. Caleb Yost with the extra point. Berwick has officially put this game into a mercy rule mode with 4:31 remaining in the 3rd. They lead Mid-Valley by a score of 36-0.
Mercy rule means we'll have a running clock the rest of the way, Jim, outside of timeouts and a few other occasional things that do happen.
Caleb Yost will kick it off. We had that personal foul against Berwick after the touchdown run by Gavin Galusha.
Yeah, no ejection, Jim. I was talking with our timers here. I thought they signaled it, but they were signaling personal foul to us so that we could see it.
And Berwick will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line.
We kicking left-footed? Did we change kickers?
Caleb Yost kicks it off to the far side. It goes out of bounds. So Mid-Valley's going to have great field position as they try to get on the board for the first time.
My wonderment was, Jim, I couldn't see the number, but instead of Caleb Yost taking a soccer-style approach as if he's kicking right-footed and being to the left of the football on the hash, he was on the opposite side. But what he did is he approached on a diagonal and he just kicked it across the field, not wanting to return, just get it about 15, 20 yards downfield.
The officials conferring as to where the ball should be.
Did it go out of bounds?
It did.
And if so, it should be another mark off from that point? No.
So Mid-Valley will have it at the Berwick 49-yard line for this possession. Mark it at the 45 after there was a mark off against the Bulldogs because of the kick going out of bounds. 45-yard line at Berwick. Janoski back to throw, fires, has Pinto, and Pinto gets inside the 45, flag down on the play.
They've been trying a lot of these quick sideways passes to people in the backfield or right at the line of scrimmage. Inside man in trips, caught it. Pinto was able to take it forward for a few yards. There is a flag. We also have a player down. Another cramp, Jim, as that leg goes up and a lineman stretching it back for the Mid-Valley player.
And we're also talking about Brady Cleaver coming off limping noticeably, and I think a cramp is his issue as well. Penalty against Berwick will take it to the 38-yard line, as we'll have an injury timeout here with 4:11 to go in the third.
Get that mercy rule with the running clock, Jim, and they still find a way to stop it. I'm not being unsympathetic. Cramps do hurt, but they're not devastating and keeping you out for the next game. I'll stretch it out on the field a little bit, pop him up. He'll probably jog to the sideline, whichever player it happens to be down there for Mid-Valley.
Yeah, it's not a serious injury, but boy, if you've ever had one.
Oh, they hurt.
And I have them sometimes waking up in bed. You just stretch your leg, and all of a sudden you feel that knot in your leg. And
that's from all that exercise and walking you do.
Then I utter some words that the clergy do not use as I try to recover. But we have the injury timeout continuing on the field. Reminder that Berwick will be home next week as well. Of their losses last year, the biggest margin of loss was to Lackawanna Trail, a 35-0 loss to them. Now, Lackawanna Trail's losing to Western Wayne. We may have a final for that before we leave, but it's pretty convincing. As the player is Nick Pinto. He's up on his feet.
Yeah. And I'd say Nick it up a little quicker. We're all waiting for this, and while it may hurt you a little bit, it is a cramp. Other players are ready. 36-0. Let's get it moving.
Well, there's no rush to do that.
No, none at all, Jim. That's what I'm saying.
Officials finally give the ready to play, and then Berwick has to rush out there, and the give is to Vinansky off the right side, and he gets to the 34-yard line. Berwick really wasn't set. They were still on the sideline. The officials were giving no indication that play was going to continue. All of a sudden they did, and give credit to Mid-Valley. They came right to the line of scrimmage, ran the play, and got the first down to the 34.
So their guys holding up the action. He limps to the sideline. Their guys come out. Quick whistle, and off we go. Don't like it.
From the 34-yard line of Berwick. Mid-Valley with the football. Mason Vinansky is the running back to the right of Brett Vinansky, who operates out of the gun. As the snap gives to Vinansky, tries the right side. Boy, that's a great defensive play.
Everett Snyder from nose guard, Jim. He read through to the backfield, whether there was a blocking mistake where they left him alone at nose. He was just able to shift off to his left, find the seam that the runner wanted to go in, and stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like he was the only one there.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make that play, it's a nice gain
for
Mid-Valley.
Yep. Double teamed some other people, had the blocking in other areas, but you better pick up a nose guard as good as Everett Snyder.
2nd and 10. Spartans at the Bulldog 34-yard line. Reese Williams is on a wing to the left side. Gives to Vinansky, running the right side. Good gain by him. Let's see where they're going to mark him down. He crawled for a couple yards after he hit the turf. So I don't think they'll give him the first down.
Ashton Smith's now in at defensive end on the left side, and he had a shot, and he tried to strip the arms away from Vinansky. But it ended up being a bit of an olé as he couldn't get enough of the arms to drag the man down or pull the ball away.
9 yards in the carry, 3rd and 1. Mid-Valley at the Berwick 25-yard line.
Vinansky now has 84 yards rushing on the game.
He gets the call again, tries to sweep the right side, looks like he has the first down. You know, when I see his quickness and I see his speed on the kick return earlier, I gain more of an appreciation for the play Ty Wilkerson made in the first half. Vinansky was way ahead of the field, racing for a touchdown. Wilkerson caught up, caused a fumble into the end zone, and Berwick got the ball at the 20.
Yeah. Slow, methodical drive, basically running Vinansky. Of course, the clock would keep moving anyway. 1:22 to go here with the running clock.
The ball at the Berwick 24-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Williams and Pinto both lined up as receivers to the left. And too much time.
Yep, ran down that time. When you're losing 36-0, Jim, even with the running clock, you want to be deliberate, take your time, keep the ball on the ground, keep trying to get first downs after first downs, and keep the ball away from Berwick where they can put more points on the board. You can sometimes get a little too deliberate, and that clock does run out on you.
34 seconds remaining third quarter, perhaps the last play of this period. It'll be a 1st and 15 for the Spartans at the Bulldog 29. 3 receivers to the left, and Mid-Valley will use a timeout. 18 seconds remaining in the third, 36-0 Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
In case you haven't noticed, warm weather is back. Time for sunny days, family trips, and cool nights cruising with the windows down. Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick get your vehicle ready for the season. Whether you need a state inspection for your car, truck, or motorcycle, a general tune-up, or getting your AC in top shape, MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day, saving you money every step of the way. Schedule an appointment today at MasterTechAutoBerwick.com.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Just 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter of this home opener for the Bulldogs. They lead Mid-Valley by a score of 36-0. Spartans with the ball following their timeout. They have a 1st and 15 at the Berwick 29-yard line. Bulldogs pitched a shutout in the second half of that game at Lake Lehman. And pitching one here with 18 seconds to go in the third. Vinansky back to throw. Looking, going to keep the football, and he's going to be bear dogged down. Terrific play by number 62. That would be Matt Gordner, as he got him from the jersey on the last play of the third quarter back at the 32-yard line, a loss of 3. 3 quarters in the books here at Crispin Field. 36-0 Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When the weather turns cold, you need reliability to keep your home and family warm. Chapin Oil in Nescapac has been the local choice for reliable home heating oil delivery and maintaining the tried and true service you've come to know only at Chapin Oil. Stay warm, stay local, and stay with the name you can trust. Chapin Oil, Nescapac. Call today to set up your delivery. Chapin Oil proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
W234BH West Hazleton at 94.7, WVWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station.
WHLM,
Vidoski under center as we start the fourth quarter. He rolls outside left. Gabe Decker in pursuit, and the pass goes incomplete. Decker coming a long way from his left defensive end position, putting the pressure on Mid-Valley quarterback Brett Vidoski. Just underway here in the fourth. Berwick leading Mid-Valley 36-0. Spartans at the Berwick 32-yard line. Third down coming.
Like the way Janoski played it, though, Jim. Desperation speed, so that Gabe Decker could not chase him down. So, nice play by Decker to read it. Nice play by Janoski to avoid being sacked.
3rd and 15. 3 receivers to the left. Janoski awaits the shotgun snap. Vanansky is the running back to his right. Berwick showing blitz. And Mid-Valley will use a timeout. You can see Janoski seeing that Berwick linebacker moving in to the line and didn't like what he saw. 11:09 to go in the game, 36-0. Bulldogs, you're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle, Andy Lichty, Chris Algard from Crispin Field in Berwick. Home to Bulldogs football since 1929. This is the 2025 home opener, and the Bulldogs leading Mid-Valley by a score of 36-0. Mid-Valley following their timeout with the ball at the Berwick 32-yard line, facing 3rd down and 15.
When did Berwick last win a home opener, Jim? I know you have that.
Well, they haven't won 2 games in a row since 2019, as Janoski's pass was completed out to the 32-yard line. To pick up just a couple. 4th and long coming up. Brock Sims in on that stop.
Nick Hrishniak catching the ball, Jim, the freshman.
Just a yard gain on the play.
Yeah. But he held on to it. It was a tough one to catch.
4th and 14 for Mid-Valley at the Berwick 31. 3 receivers to the right. Janoski awaits the shotgun snap. Back to throw, fires over the middle. Reese Williams had his hands on it, couldn't pull it down at the 20. Incomplete. Berwick will take over the football.
Could have caught it at the 20, Jim, but if he stopped right there, I think he would have been short of the chains. Had a little momentum going forward, and Berwick had 2 defenders in the area, but incomplete, and Berwick will take it over.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their 31-yard line.
We'll see who's under center when they come out of this sideline huddle. You know, Cleaver's been suffering a little bit with cramps, limping a little bit.
Sawyer Keller, number 4, is in that offense for the first time. Ashton Smith will be the quarterback, as Keller's going to be a wide receiver to the left. Smith keeps the ball himself and goes straight ahead over the 35 to the 36. So good first down carry for Ashton Smith. Dylan Maseko in on the stop for Mid-Valley.
And Maseko's been a standout lineman for this team, Jim. He has good size, 6'3", 300 pounds. But the agility to play and get over to make tackles. Been noticing him a lot in this. Give him 7 yards on that run.
Ball out at the 37-yard line. We have another injured player on the field, and appears to be another one of those cramps.
Pickle juice, Jim. Buddy Ryan back in his day believed in pickle juice.
It was a lot warmer last Friday, and we anticipated these kinds of injuries, but they're still early in the season. And we've had even more of them in this game tonight.
Not clear enough to see the number.
2nd and 4. 37.
And I don't want to guess that it's Draven Geiger, but it is Draven Geiger. good size, and he plays well for the Bulldogs. I saw the 0 as the second digit. Now I can see them all. He wants to go into huddle, Jim, but no, you got to come out for a play, Draven.
Second down and 4. Berwick at their 37-yard line. The running back for the Bulldogs is Connor Roberts. He is behind quarterback Ashton Smith, who's under center. Roberts gets the call, trying for the first down yardage, and he has it. Nice effort by him.
Stayed behind his blockers. Right at the line of scrimmage, let them drive people back, waited patiently, followed them well, gave them a little push. Get a nice first carry for this game for Connor Roberts.
6 yards for him, out to the 43-yard line. As Ashton Smith goes to the sideline, gets the play call from C.J. Curry. Smith, starting quarterback to start the season last year. Seen a lot of action for the Bulldogs on special teams, and now as a quarterback, as Blake Gensel is a wide receiver to the left. Roberts to the right of Smith. Smith takes the snap, carries straight ahead, gets out to about the 48-yard line. Ashton Smith picks up about 5 on the play.
Likes to mix it up, Jim. I have noticed this year, he gets the opportunity, he'll take that ball and run between the tackles and run hard. You know, it's the type of thing where you're going to keep the clock running. Now, again, you have a running clock because of the mercy rule. But again, it's that mentality of keep it rather vanilla. Let them see who the runner is and let them try to stop it. 6 yards there for Ashton Smith.
The ball at the Berwick 49-yard line.
Tweet, 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 says the referee.
Timeout, Mid-Valley. 7:32 to go. 36-0 Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
7:32 to go in the game. Berwick leading 36-0. The Bulldogs have called off the dogs, no pun intended, and Mid-Valley has done the same. So substitutes on the field for both teams. Berwick with the ball at their own 49-yard line.
Before artificial turf, you would say a lot of clean jerseys out there, but now you can't say that.
As a fake handoff to Connor Roberts, quarterback Ashton Smith keeps the football and gets the first down to the Mid-Valley 46-yard line.
Nice fake on the inside, and then again, running with deliberation, Jim. He likes the physical aspect of the game. He wasn't the strongest runner last year, but he's really taken on the mentality of running like a fullback from the quarterback position so far this year.
Brett Eshelman is in the Berwick lineup as a tight end. Big DeMarcus McMillan, a 6'4", 285-pound sophomore, is the left tackle. Luca Grozier is another lineman in for Berwick as they have it at the 45-yard line of Mid-Valley with a first down. Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs. We'll bring him back.
Notice Sam Strish is out there, Jim, 5'7", 145-pound 12th grader. Wide receiver, getting some action. Came in at the end of the game last week, too.
1st and 15 for the Bulldogs back at the 50. Even with the penalty, the clock continues to run. We are in the mercy rule because of Berwick's lead. Smith under center. Gives the ball to Roberts, looking for running room. Not much there. He'll get a couple to the 48-yard line of the Spartans. A reminder, Berwick back here at Crispin Field against the Lions of Lackawanna Trail, a team that beat the Bulldogs on the road last year 35-0.
One of the better programs I saw last year, Jim. They really did impress me up there at Lackawanna Trail. Didn't make any mistakes. Tough offense, tough defense. Everything sharp within that program.
Wing T offense is what this Berwick defense, which has been outstanding here in the early going, will be facing next Friday night. Low snap. Ashton Smith gets it, though. He's going to keep the football. Lots of running room and runs over people to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard pickup for Ashton Smith.
I like his running ability. I like that he's willing to drop his shoulders. I don't know if I like play calling with that quarterback who you might need as a backup later in the season. You know, he's running a very physical style. You know, you take the wrong type of collision, get injured. I don't think he's a guy that you want to see hurt. Valuable part of the team.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one. Berwick, first down at the Mid-Valley 35-yard line. Smith out of the gun. Is going to keep it himself off the right side. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and spins down close to the first down yardage at the 25-yard line. Vinny Graham in on the stop for Mid-Valley.
Hit it the line of the scrimmage, but a lot of these underclassmen who are in just aren't used to varsity ball. Man in position to make the tackle kind of bounced off of that senior quarterback who runs very, very hard. Now we have a Mid-Valley player down, holding his knee this time, Jim. Oh, they'll work on him.
Yeah, I want to remind you that next Friday we'll be here at Crispin Field. Coverage starts as usual with the C.J. Curry Show at 6. They're going to move the sticks while both teams go to their respective sidelines. The injury timeout continuing. 36-0 is the Berwick lead. Again, the Bulldogs are going to win for the second straight time, for the first time since 2019.
Colin Burns is the injured player there for Mid-Valley. Junior, 6 foot, 190-pound backup for Mid-Valley. They're going to help him off to the sideline rather slowly, taking their time as he twisted a knee.
So Bulldogs at the 25-yard line of the Spartans with 4:18 to play. Checking some other players on the field for Berwick. Jameer Ramos is in that offensive line. Nico Lonzinski, who's played center a great deal tonight, remains in there at the center spot as Ashton Smith from the 25 is under center. Gives to Roberts, and he is brought down quickly after a gain of a yard on the play. It's Chase Hazelton in on the stop. They mark it at the 23-yard line. So it's a gain of 2, second down, and 8. Stay with us at halftime. Andy will have all the stats, some impressive ones to the offensive side for Berwick. And Chris Halgard will bring us updated on the scoreboard.
Stat I do have that most people are interested, Tymere Wilkerson's rushing numbers. I have him with 227 yards on the game, 15 at half, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 for 227.
Fake to Roberts, keeping it off the left side is Ashton Smith at the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. 13 yards on the carry. First and 10 for Berwick.
Yeah, senior quarterback knows what he's doing, knows the play calls. Good fake, little bootleg, and not enough people able to contain that. Gets himself outside and drops his shoulder at the end of the run.
Andy mentioned the 227 yards by Ty Wilkerson. That became a routine effort by him in the second half of last season. Against Mid-Valley a year ago, 1 carry, 1 yard.
A little better this year.
First and goal, Bulldogs at the Mid-Valley 10-yard line. Roberts is the running back behind Ashton Smith, who's under center. Connor Roberts gets the call, runs over a tackler, gets in the end zone for a touchdown. Strong effort by Connor Roberts.
Yes, it was. They tried to meet him with the defensive back, Caden Barnoskis. And he just put the shoulder down around the 5-yard line and drove over that man before bouncing away and taking it on into the end zone. Wonderful touchdown run by number 6, Connor Roberts.
Comes from 10 yards out as Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point. Flag down the play.
Referee not quite happy. I don't know if someone moved the football. I'm going to move it half the distance.
Offside call against Mid-Valley. Won't change the strategy here with the score being what it is.
Kicker asked to move up half a yard. Probably not as comfortable from that typical distance he always practices from.
Those backup offensive linemen that I mentioned did a nice job on that drive.
They did.
Snap, placement, and Ashton Smith is forced to run with the football. Now he throws the ball. It's incomplete. There is a flag down the play.
He was bobbling the football while on his knee and then picked it up, rolled to his right. I think he would have liked to have run it, but I think he saw Everett Snyder about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Pushed it his way, maybe a little too hard for Everett Snyder to get it.
They're saying no penalty. 2:25 remaining in the game. Berwick 42. Mid-Valley nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
2:25 remaining in the game. Berwick dominating Mid-Valley to the tune of 42-0. As the Bulldogs going to go 2-0 on the season for the first time since the 2019 season. As Caleb Yost will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Ernest deep is Nick Pinto and Hernishak for Mid-Valley.
Standard approach to the kickoff, soccer style, coming from the left to the football on the left hash.
Yost skitters along the ground, goes off one of the up men, goes to another, and he is buried at the 38-yard line as Skylar Neville makes the stop for Berwick. So Mid-Valley gets it for probably the last time in this game. Clock running with 2:08 remaining as they have put in their entire second unit. It's the ball at the 39-yard line. So good win for the Bulldogs, and they get a lot of people in for considerable playing time. Remember, it was very early in the fourth when C.J. Curry went to his bench.
Looks like number 8's doing the quarterbacking, Cole Skoletsky.
Skoletsky has a running back to his left and one behind him. Low snap, and Mid-Valley able to jump on it back at the 29-yard line. There'll be a loss of 10 on the play. And we have an injured player on the field.
The lineman nowhere near the play. Twisted a knee or an ankle, trying to hobble off.
Berwick getting some more subs on. Jason Holmes, Jr., makes his first appearance. Ryder Benchko will be in there as well.
Damian Bolden is the player who's down. Again, a twist rather than a cramp in the knee. Tried to get up and hobble off, but just couldn't put the weight on that.
1:17 to go. Berwick leads it 42-0. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Chapin Oil in Escapec has been keeping your families warm and comfortable for generations. But Chapin Oil is much more than just heating oil. You'll also find a full-service gas station with ethanol-free fuel, plus a cozy coffee shop serving up the best lattes and espresso, and fresh-baked treats and donuts every day. Stop by, grab a treat, and say hello to your friends at Chapin Oil in Escapec, proud supporters of the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Damian Bodden was the injured player for Mid-Valley. He's on his feet, but being helped to the sideline across the way as we have 1:15 remaining in the game. And Mid-Valley with the ball back at their 29-yard line. 2nd and 20. Carry off the right side, not much doing, and Jameer Ramos making the stop for the Bulldogs. 5'10", 195-pound senior.
I believe the ball carrier was number 40, Jim, Caden Barnoskis. We saw him injured a little bit earlier, but he's in there now and coming up from the bottom of the pile.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Perhaps the last play of this game as the clock winds down. 34 seconds and counting down. Skidleski, the tall backup quarterback, takes the snap, fakes handoff, fires a pass, it goes incomplete. Clock will continue to run as we are in the mercy rule, and that should do it. As the teams will exchange handshakes at the middle of the field, and for the first time since 2019, Berwick's off to a 2-0 start. The final on this one, Berwick 42, Mid-Valley nothing. Stay with us. We'll have the scoring, the stats with Andy, and the scores with Chris. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalestateplanning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Ready to tackle your financial goals? First Keystone Community Bank invites you to play smart with your savings. Lock in a 182-day CD at 4.50% APY annual percentage yield to enjoy the winning combination of security, high interest, and short-term convenience. Go for the goal with a First Keystone Community Bank CD. For more information, visit fkc.bank. Minimum balance to earn APY is $5,000. Terms apply. Member FDIC.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit at Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Bulldogs of Berwick swaying to the alma mater. Down below us to our right, they are celebrating their second win to start this season. Convincing tonight over Mid-Valley in the home opener here, Crispin Field, 42-0 the final. Berwick got on the board early after a Brady Cleaver fumble recovery at the 1-yard line of Mid-Valley. And Ty Wilkerson in from the 1-yard line for the score. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 7-0 Berwick, 8:58 to go in the opening quarter. It remained that way until early in the second quarter when Ty Wilkerson burst free for a 50-yard touchdown run. Great block from Draven Geiger along the way. That capped a 5-play, 73-yard drive for the Bulldogs. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 14-0 Berwick. 10:15 to go in the second. Later, a fumble recovery by Gabe Decker at the 45-yard line of Mid-Valley sets up a 5-play, 45-yard drive, capped on an 8-yard touchdown run by Brady Cleaver. Biggest play along the way, an 18-yard run by Ty Wilkerson. Caleb Yost with the extra point, 21-0 Berwick. And then it looked like Mid-Valley was going to get on the board. Mason Finansky somehow got through the Berwick line and was going for a touchdown. But then Ty Wilkerson coming up from behind not only catches the speedster, but knocks the ball out of his hands into the end zone. Berwick recovering, running out the clock, and going at halftime with a 21-0 advantage. In the third quarter, Ty Wilkerson, a 2-yard run, capping a 5-play, 69-yard drive. He had the biggest play of the drive, 45 yards. Ashton Smith was holding, had trouble with the snap, then ran it himself in for the 2-point conversion. And Berwick led by a score of 29-0. Later in that third quarter, Gavin Galusha with an 8-yard touchdown run, capping a 4-play, 71-yard drive. Ty Wilkerson, a 54-yard carry on that drive. Caleb Yost with the extra point. After 3, it was 36-0 Berwick. And that put the game into the mercy rule. Berwick got one more on the board with their subs in. In fact, the subs were in for almost the entire fourth quarter. Connor Roberts, one of those subs, went in from 10 yards out, capping a 65-yard drive. There was a problem with the snap on the extra point. An incomplete pass ensued. That was with 2:25 to play. The final score of the night as Berwick wins it 42-0. We'll check stats with Andy Lickney. Other scores with Chris Algard. When we return, you're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Chapin Oil in Escapec has been keeping your families warm and comfortable for generations. But Chapin Oil is much more than just heating oil. You'll also find a full-service gas station with ethanol-free fuel, plus a cozy coffee shop serving up the best lattes and espresso, and fresh-baked treats and donuts every day. Stop by, grab a treat, and say hello to your friends at Chapin Oil in Escapec, proud supporters of the Berwick Bulldogs.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com. Do you suffer from tired, achy, heavy legs? Are you looking to elevate your performance and style? Discover the perfect fusion of fashion and function at the Compression Shop of Berwick. If you're looking for medical or athletic compression wear, if you're looking to power through your workday, or you're looking to recover post-workout, the Compression Shop has personalized consultations and most of the products are try before you buy. All military get 10% off every day. The Compression Shop Berwick, West Front Street. Check out their Facebook page. Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick goes to 2-0 with a convincing win over Mid-Valley. Here, Crispin Field, 42-0 the final. Stats in tonight's game, Andy Olickney.
Total offense, Berwick has the edge, 314 total yards to 90 yards. They held Mid-Valley, so strong defensive performance, strong offensive performance. Mid-Valley really couldn't get a whole lot going. Nice valiant effort by the running back, Mason Vinansky. I had him with 80 yards on 20 carries, Jim, and every time they ran the ball, they gave it to him. I have the team losing 20 yards on 2 awkward plays, a reverse with fumbles, lost 10, and then a bad snap to the backup quarterback, lost another 10. So you got to take 20 off the total offense. And then Caden Brodnoskis, I think on the last carry of the game, he lost 2. So 80 for Vinanowski, strong performance, but overall 58 yards on 23 rushes for the team. Passing, Brett Janowski tried 19 passes, completed 5. There was pressure, there was good coverage. And of the 5 completions, only 32 yards in the air. Reese Williams had the most, 2 catches for 29. Fine athlete, looked strong defensively as well. Nick Pinto caught one, lost 4 yards as Ty Wilkerson came crashing through on a screen. And Nick Harishnak, he had 2 catches, 7 yards for him. 32 in the air, a net of 58 on the ground, 90 yards for the Mid-Valley Spartans in total offense. Berwick, we mentioned, with 314 total yards. The split, about as lopsided as you can get. 311 of the 314 were in the running game. Just 3 yards in the passing game. They didn't ask Brady Cleaver to throw very much. 5 times in all, he completed 1 of those. Alex Estrella with the catch, a 3-yarder to him. In the running game, 34 carries for 311. Brady Cleaver at quarterback came out again and ran very strong. 6 carries for 55 yards, including a nice touchdown. Ashton Smith ran very well as well. He had 50 yards, and I didn't add him down because he's at the bottom of my sheet. So make it 361 yards rushing, and he had 6 carries at the end of the game. So 50 yards on 6 carries for quarterback Ashton Smith. Connor Roberts, he had 4 carries for 20. Gavin Galusha, he chipped in with 4 carries for 9, including a touchdown. But as expected, it's Tymir Wilkerson who has the bulk. 20 rushes, 227 yards on the game. Looked fantastic, as did the Berwick offense. They'll finish with 361 on the ground, 3 in the air. Good performance. Caleb Yost, Jim, was at 4 out of 4. I lost track when they dropped 2 of the snaps. But the kicker, Caleb Yost, on the PATs looked very good as well.
So the Bulldogs win convincingly here tonight. 42-0 is the final. Other scores from this evening, Chris Algard.
Yeah, Jim, taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Lackawanna Trail, who Berwick will see next week, defeated Western Wayne, the score of 35-3. Valley View at Crestwood this evening. Valley View with the lead 17-13 in the 4th. Wyoming area defeated Dallas this evening 27-20. Carbondale taking on Nanticoke. That game lopsided 37-2. Carbondale takes the win. Riverside leads Hanover currently 34-19. That game late in the 3rd. Williamsport ahead of Hazleton area 14-7. That game just starting in the 4th. Shamokin defeats Lake Lehman 49-7. North Pocono taking on Pittston this evening. That game 21-7. That game in the middle of the 3rd. Tunkhannock leads Holy Redeemer 49-7 in the 3rd. Stroudsburg at Wilkes-Barre. That game tied 28-28. Scranton defeats Wyoming Valley West 45-7. Bloomsburg taking on Central Mountain at Central Mountain, coming away with the win 35-0. Mount Carmel over Central Columbia. That game lopsided 48-0. Mount Carmel takes the win. Mifflinburg leads Danville 36-14 in the 4th after Mifflinburg was leading just 15-14. Danville has yet to score in the second half. Montoursville defeats Milton 35-7. Jersey Shore taking on Delaware Valley. That game 49-35 in the third. Lewisburg leads Shikellamy 27-23. That game 2 minutes left in the fourth. Twin Valley leading Selinsgrove 62-0 in the fourth. And Southern Columbia defeating Loyalsock 41-0. That game a final. Jim, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris. Here with the loss, Mid Valley goes to 0-2 on the season. They have their home opener next Friday at 7 against Old Forge. For the Bulldogs, going 2-0 to start the season for the first time since 2009.